The numbers increase as well as the excitement and the action on track with the faster of the cars. And, you know, as you always say, you know, Charles, you're a fan of those super late models. But I'll tell you, man, the Legends races have been fun here the last couple of weeks, too.
They have been indeed. And, Wesley, I have some slightly bad news. The audio, we were having issues with the audio. As you recall, I did some spring cleaning around the studio here and unplugged everything, and it was unplugged. So the whole intro was not available. So obviously, we know you're Wesley, and I'm Charles. But my apologies for that.
So my whole intro was nothing? Yeah, well, let's start this over again, okay? Let's try. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the virtual Langley Speedway in Hampton, Virginia for coverage of round number 4 of the American. I'm not doing this stuff over again. I've already spoke for 3 minutes.
so that was my bad. So apparently when you unplug stuff from OBS, it didn't detect it. I had to go and redo it. It says it's disconnected. I didn't think about that. It was looking good. Everything was supposedly good. So, you know, for once I made a mistake. I know it's rare,
That's on
Wesley.
your end, fella. That's on your end, bud.
It is a very rare thing for me to make a mistake.
It is very rare for you. You're a legend.
At least around mine, anyway, I'm a legend. But, yes, I made a mistake. But, hey, regardless, we are talking now. We were talking about how good the racing is going to be here at Langley today. And we're going to find out. And also... a little something. We're trying something new for the late race tonight for the Northwest Cup Series.
Yeah,
we're gonna go more the NASCAR style for the race. So I know a lot of people like to know where their driver starts in the race, but we figured, you know, what's the big deal? If we watch all of qualifying, you see where your driver's starting. You know if they're on pole, second, third, wherever. Then we go to the grid. What's the point in the grid? So from now on, our pre-show will be during qualifying. We won't cover qualifying. At least we're going to try it. We won't cover qualifying. For little races like this, we will, and I say little just because it's a little bit different. But for the big events, we will not be covering qualifying to make that grid more of a surprise to the fans.
But basically, we will be preparing for the broadcast as lead announcer for the Northwest Racing Series. We will be preparing, but we will not go live until it's just around time for the lineup of the races, correct? That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so you may see a car or two in the background.
Nothing changes for me. I'm still prepping and preparing. It's just we don't go live until the starting lineup.
Yeah, so we'll go live a little bit so basically where we would do the pre-show, we're going to be doing the pre-show while qualifying is going on, and we just will see it in the background, but we'll not be covering it. So there should be a little something different. We're going to try it out, but the qualifying is underway for this one.
Yes.
So we will be covering it for little events like this where it's little tracks and there's multiple events in it because we have that time to kill. But Jack Brown is the fastest right now with a 17:038. And Wesley, these guys, man, they whip around this track in a hurry, and he's going to take it to a stop.
Here. Yeah, they send it really quickly around here, so we'll definitely see what goes on as we'll watch now. David Polin's working his way around the racetrack of the number 33 machine. Qualifying on course for the drivers of the American iRacing League Legend Cars. Late model stocks, super late models, all coming up on the way. David Polin's now going up to P1. And here comes Brandon Campbell in the number 52 machine. Actually, it says he's in Legend Car number 59 on track, or the 99 actually.
And it looks like you can see those front tires are not spinning. He is dragging the brakes, even in these little Legends cars. This is
I'm kind of not becoming a fan of that anymore, Charles. It's kind of aggravating to me.
Yeah, and the thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, iRacing, if you're out there watching, but I believe people have been had their accounts suspended for that on higher level tiers, because there's a fine line that's about 20% that if you do that, it doesn't wear the tires, but it does heat them up. Real life, that would not happen. If you're sitting there holding the brake and dragging the tire, it's gonna wear the tire out.
Absolutely.
At least in that one spot. So it is a little bit of a loophole. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it myself. You got what you got. You go out there and everybody's on the same surface. You go, you qualify, and you're done. If you don't qualify good, you don't qualify good. It's that simple. That's part of racing. If we wanted, easy sports and stuff like that, we'd go play baseball or football or something like that. But we have a lifestyle. It's called racing.
That's right. We loving it for sure. Definitely, as we are on race course right now, watching the drivers of the American iRacing League. This is the Monday night program before we have our big shows coming up here tonight, and we're glad you're along for the ride.
This should be
there is David Adams that we'll watch and see what David Adams that can do.
Yeah, he's going to shut it down to the 17.280. Here's a name we haven't talked about in a little bit. He's got the CMO logo on there, and of course we'll bring them up real quick for you. That is CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated.
Oh, Kyle Fowler goes around.
He does go around, and while Kyle Fowler's coming back out onto the track, CMO actually shared this broadcast on Facebook, so good to see the sponsors getting involved in there. I'm not sure who the official owner is. We don't have that information, but you have their logo right there. You have their name. Definitely check them out. They are sponsoring this, so this series anyway. So yeah, definitely check them out. And, support all the sponsors. Pulse Poppers, I believe Reaper Speed Labs involved. Of course, you've got Triple M.
Elite Media Graphics and Wraps. We have Elite Media Graphics and Wraps. We also have tonight's broadcast sponsor. Of course, 2 nights in a row, Charles, and that is Triple M Pulling and Nazareth, the North American Sim Racing Association. There's tonight. Of course, you got the River Series and CF Motorsports 18. I support STR. Just a lot of sponsors, and we thank them. And I think it's really cool, honestly, Charles, that sponsors are jumping on board with iRacing and the American iRacing League.
Yeah, just It's amazing how iRacing has exploded here in the last year. Yeah, I say it all the time, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Yes, COVID really did a number on the economy, but it also did a good number here for iRacing, as it's going to be up, time is done there, but it did a great job for iRacing, so that is always a plus when you can have something good come out of something bad. But Wesley, we're getting ready for that starting grid to be coming up, and you'll notice something different on the starting grid here tonight.
Awesome. Dustin Mombercat will be the man that is getting ready to lead them to the green flag.
Oops, maybe
he
not.
was fast qualifier, and let's take a look at your starting wireless, your starting lineup presented by ComServe Wireless. Dustin Mombercat is on the pole in the number 16 to the outside. Brandon Campbell in the number 52. Row number 2 will find Kyle Meyer in the 88 to the outside. David Plins in 33. Row 3 will find James Folds in the 109. Daniel Folds in the 09. Row number 4 will find Daniel Hinder along to the outside, along with Parker Retzlaff. Then you've also got the drivers of Jack Brown, Ian Martin in the top 10. Row number 6 will find Jake Perkins along with Eric Sellers, Cody Moorcroft in the number 80 machine, Scott Finke in the number 31. Row number 8 will find James Keane, David Adamczak in the 76, Jeffrey Clifton in the 15, David Trumbley in the 96. Row number 10 will find Ryan Polins and Ryan Campbell. And in the back, Eric Jones, Kyle Fowler, problems in qualifying. Travis Hoffler will tag the tail of 23 legend cars. Charles, ready to come to green here in a moment at Langley.
And the new thing that you were supposed to see wasn't there. Actually, nothing should have been there. We actually, as of yesterday, the official sponsor for the grid has opened up. So it's technically not sponsored by anybody anymore. The 6 months is done. So that spot is open. So if anybody's looking to get their name out there, it's a good spot. You're guaranteed to be used every single race.
Yes, and I will say, as somebody that is the president and co-founder of CRN Community Radio Network, and we sponsor the CRN One to Go. Definitely, we appreciate what LSRTV does with the advertising, and for any iRacing out there, legends, late models, supers, dirt, pavement, modifieds, street stocks, doesn't matter. You get on that grid, you get on that starting lineup grid, and that definitely gets you some exposure. So reach out to Charles Wooten, LiveSimRacingTV.com, and get in touch with Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, now known as the company owning the LSRTV branding, and let's make it happen. Let's make some money, Charles. Here we go, brother. 1 to go next time by. What do you think we're going to see in this Legends Car event? 23 drivers ready to come to green next time by.
Based on what I saw in practice, I think we're going to see a very, very low caution race. One thing, I wish we had static cams. Unfortunately, we don't have those here for this track, as it's not a track we go to very often. But yes, I think we're going to see some, maybe 1 or 2 cautions. I don't think we're going to see too many. And if we do, I think there are going to be some bumper hooks from people getting it a little bit too hot from, compared to the person in front of them.
Ready for the field to make their way into the starting box. Here they come to the line. Green flag goes in the air. We are Legends Car Racing. Monday night, the American iRacing League from Langley. We got contact. We've got calamity. We got cars flipping. And I believe that might be Parker Retzlaff, who's the one that's upside down in the air in the 42. Big trouble almost in the middle of the pack on the front row. Several cars destroyed. And we'll have to re-rack them and restack them. But here is your Pulse Poppers instant replay. I like it, Charles. I like it.
It took a while to make, but absolutely loving it. And we'll see exactly what happened here. As time and scoring on my end acting a little funny. We're going to have to take a look. It
is on my end as well. It was Parker Retzlaff that got caught up in the wreck. I really think it was him. I'm not sure. We'll have to keep an eye on it here.
Yeah, we may have to restart that and see what's going on. But here is the replay to see exactly what happened. And it was just a straight pile up right here. And
wow.
There. Yeah, he did get involved in it.
I see the black car with the yellow, and I think it's Parker Retzlaff that was flying through the air. I really do.
That is true. He is in the pit, so his day has come to a bit of an end, a little faster than I'm sure he wanted to. And we're going to jump to live here, and maybe, just maybe, we got some of those issues sorted out. You know, Wesley, you love technology, but sometimes you don't love technology. You just never know if it's going to give you grief or it's going to work perfectly for you.
All right, we'll see how things go down here as we are under the yellow flag, and that was a big wreck over there. The Pulse Poppers instant replay showed just that. You saw cars flying everywhere, calamity, and one of the ones that I really was keeping an eye on was, man, was that Parker Retzlaff? And it was. So tough break for Parker Retzlaff, the driver to Rhinelander, Wisconsin, putting us under the caution flag. But there's still a lot of racing here left to go. You know, we're only on the opening laps here, so we're only on like the 4 laps of 50. Hopefully we can get the pace car in as it's getting ready to drop onto the pit lane, and we can get this field set to go again with Momberket and Kyle Meyer on the outside now. And here we come to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway.
And we're getting communication. We're getting communication, Wesley, from Kyle Fowler, who is back in 20th. And I quote, he said, "Look for me to come to the front in a hurry. I'm going to put on a show for you."
All right, Kyle Fowler knows this track very well. He knows Langley Speedway. He knows Old Dominion or Dominion Raceway, Virginia, Southside Speedway. I know it's Stormont now, but those are just some of the racetracks that are in his back.
Caution
we got
out.
Another caution flag, another yellow flag, and we'll find out what happened and take up a look.
Look like to me, Jeffrey Clifton. Jeffrey Clifton.
Jeffrey Clifton. We'll keep an eye on that car. Jeffrey Clifton in the number 15. Look at him sticking them 3 wide. You can't do that here at Langley, even in a Legends car. And somebody had to lift. There's a little bit of contact there again. Clifton holding his line, and he got right there, made some contact on the right rear. The car on the outside there did Charles, and around went the 15 machine of Clifton, so they were under caution.
Yeah, 2 cautions. You know, I said I didn't expect too many cautions unless it was drivers getting into other drivers, maybe getting in a little too hot, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. Drivers, it's been multiple cars, at least 2 making contact. We haven't seen, if you recall last week, we saw a lot of drivers just spinning out on their own. I didn't think we would see that here tonight. I thought it would be multiple car incidents, people just maybe overdrive it a little bit, and that's exactly what we've seen.
That's right. And we're under the yellow flag again here for the 2nd time in the early going.
You know, I do urge these drivers to, you know, race a little cleaner. Not because clean racing is what the fans want to see. You know, they want to see beating and banging. But because my next door neighbor brought over some homemade lasagna and cheesecake, and I really want to eat it before the next race. Yes, I have cheesecake.
You got cheesecake?
I do. It has cherries on it, too.
Cherry cake with cheesecake. Oh, my goodness.
Yes,
wow.
And homemade lasagna. You know, man.
Oh, you're like Garfield the cat.
Yes.
You're like Garfield the cat. You got cheesecake and you got lasagna.
Yeah, I can paint myself orange. I look just like him.
Meow. Kitty.
I told myself every week we're not going to bring cheesecake into it, but, you know, cheesecake's nice, but that homemade lasagna is sounding really good. So I'm ready to dig into that, but we should be digging into the green flag here soon. Lights are still on.
Hey, Charles, we want to thank Terry Saunders. And she's looking forward to being at Langley this weekend. And by the way, Terry Saunders is the owner of CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated. That is her.
All right.
So Terry Saunders, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for being a fan and for watching and listening.
Yes, definitely glad to have you on board. Whether it's on LSRTV or the series themselves. Obviously, we like picking up our own sponsors. So if you're interested, hit us up. We'll make a deal with you. But you know, the fact that you sponsor us or the league or a driver, it doesn't matter. It helps the sport grow in every way, and that's what we're like for. But Mombercat out front still as the green flag drops. Brown, Meyer, Folds, and Pelins are your top 5 right now, and it's a bit of a hornet's nest from about 2nd to about 6th places. They're 3 wide.
For the 3rd time, let's try this again. Start speed.
And that's some
down into turn number 3. Good save so far. Watching them as they work their way around the racetrack. The back straightaway into turn 3, leaning on one another. But Dustin Mombercat holding on out in front, trying to keep what he's got going on here. And if I remember correctly, Charles, Dustin Mombercat won last week at Southern National. We got a caution on the speedway.
Yeah, I believe you're
number
right.
20 Legends card.
Yeah, I do believe you are correct on the win, and man, every time I see this, I just like it more and more. It took forever to make, but I absolutely love it. As yes, the 20 of Hoffler going around, and we'll see. Did we have our first self spin, Wesley, or was there contact? He is kind of by himself here, and he's not going to be right there. Overdrove it and into the grass. He spun it. So again, he just got in hot, and whoa, came in real hot into that corner.
Oh, Travis Hoffler. Holy smokes, there's a wall there. Even though it's virtual, there's a wall there.
You know, Legends cars, I've seen them on asphalt and dirt, but Wesley, I've never seen them off-road tracking. So while he tried to do a little jump there, I don't think these cars are built for jumps.
He's on the ramp and in the air.
So yes,
exactly.
He definitely put on a good show for us, but those cars not built for flying. Just like sprint cars, Wesley, you've heard it. I'm sure they may have wings, but they ain't meant for flying.
That's true. You're exactly right. I want to get airborne. Hey, we're under caution. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more coverage of the American iRacing League from Langley Speedway. Watching it live on CRN Sports. You're listening to it live on CRN Sports. You're watching it live on LSR TV. More coverage from Langley in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League. The lights are out for the pace car. Dustin Mombercat, Kyle Byer, Jack Brown, David Pelins, Daniel Hendry, your top 5, along with Martin Perkins, Folds, Sellers, and Adams. It has been a yellow flag fiesta here all day for the legend cars at Langley. Hopefully, Charles, we can set ourselves in just about 7 laps shy to halfway and get that green flag run in with 32 to go.
Yeah, definitely could. And it looks like they did extend it by 1 lap. Now the lights are officially off, as they did add 1 more pace lap there by extending that. But again, our caution laps don't count. Or do count, sorry. So every lap under caution is 1 less lap that somebody like Meyer, Brown, Pelins, Hendra, these guys can get up there and try to take the lead away. So they've got to be very cautious of that. And, you know,
but they do, even though we count all these caution laps in all the series, give 3 attempts at a green-white checker. We're back to the restart again. And you're going to see Dustin Mombercat again pulling away. And, you know, here's the thing, Charles. He won at Southern National. No correction. He dominated at Southern National last Monday night. And this track is nothing like Kinley. It's lesser distance. It's flat track. It's not high banked. And he is picking them up and putting them down.
Yeah, this track honestly feels more like a little Legends track. This just feels like a track that these Legends cars should be on for some reason. And maybe it is because of the flatness of the track, as a caution is out once again. And we're going to take a quick look. I believe it was Kyle Fowler involved in this one. So he said he was going to get to the front in a hurry, and unfortunately, I believe he
might have been a little impatient.
Yeah, I don't think he made it to the front.
We'll see what happened to Fowler here.
He may have had some help from somebody else as well. Again, that's
Kyle
been the
Fowler.
trend.
Kyle Fowler out of Manassas, Virginia, going around. Look at that right there. And by the way, Kyle Fowler, he's the guy that promoted that big, what do you call it? The big Blake Morris tribute. Philip Morris's son that passed away. The Blake Morris Memorial Tribute Race, the inaugural race. We done that on LSRTV as well as on CRN. Myself, Buck Roos on the call, and Charles. I know that's how me and you kind of started our relationship doing iRacing together, because it was a B51 esports production. But you and that just kind of got the ball rolling there, and I'm kind of wondering if we'll see a Sec Morris Memorial Tribute Race. That was a special event.
I know we have been in contact, or Kyle has gotten a hold of me about doing another race. It wasn't that one, but it was another race. I'm not sure if that one's still in the works or on the back burner right now, but you know, Kyle, if he's out there watching, yes, you need to do another one. I was doing spring cleaning on the computer and about a week ago, and I found that logo buried somewhere in one of my like 10 14 terabyte hard drives. And I will add, when you go through a 14 terabyte hard drive with files on it, you find all kinds of stuff you didn't know you had from like 10 years ago.
Memories strolling through the pages of my mind.
That's pretty much what it was like. Yeah.
That was Wesley's impersonation at 7:30 in Charlotte, trying to sing like Elvis. Thank you very much.
Well, I won't say don't quit your day job, Wesley.
I will never quit my day job. By the way, Charles, I do have to agree with you, bud. As one of the people that was at Richmond yesterday, normally you talk boring NASCAR. Was not impressed with the race yesterday. I have to say, you came to my mind several times when I was like, man, come on.
Did you?
Congratulations to Alex Bowman.
You didn't actually call it NASCAR, did you?
No, I did not say that, but that's how some of us felt in the booth, for sure. Definitely. Well, ready to come back to the restart.
That is interesting, because we did a Richmond race, and it was actually pretty interesting on sim racing. So we traded roles, maybe?
Back to green flag. After 4 caution flags, the 5th restart. Here we go. Right before halfway. After halfway, actually. Stidbom Burkett trying to bring this one to the home stretch with 23 laps remaining. To the back straightaway, they go into turn number 3. It's Bombercat. Look at that gaggle of traffic behind the leader. That's Hendra leading that pack, along with Brown, Perkins, Martin, Polins, Meyer. They're all in there. One wrong slip, somebody's going to go into the wall. They hold it together, though, Charles, to the back straightaway for 3.
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna be honest, I can't wait till iRacing gives us a new damage model for these Legends cars, because if you've ever seen one, as we got one going into the wall now, that is the number 3 of Ryan Polins.
No caution.
No, caution
there it is.
out.
There's caution.
And we'll take a look. But if you've ever seen one of these cars wreck in real life, I've seen some pretty dramatic ones where basically there was nothing left but a frame. These cars get torn up real easy, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But this was probably one of the first self-spins we have as we look at the drone camera provided by All American Pools, and I think he just got this thing loose on his own.
Keep an eye on that red car right there on the middle of the monitor alongside the green car. You just see him lose it and hit the inside wall barrier there just off of pit road into turn 1. And there's problems for David Polin's brother, Ryan Polins. And there you go, Charles. Back on a yellow flag again.
Yeah, the first caution for a self-spin. Every other caution has involved multiple cars getting in too hot, or the first caution obviously just causing a parking lot. We wadded that entire field up on the original start there. All that being said, we're still 32 laps into this race when we cross the line, as we're past the halfway point. Only 19 laps to go, make it 18 right there at the line. So laps still ticking away very quickly here tonight.
A fun time, definitely. So a good show coming up. You've got the CMO Printing Incorporated, Terry Saunders checking it out. Legend Cars, they're on the racetrack. Yellow FOD late model stocks are coming up. The Team 126 Racing Super, all of that coming up here tonight. We're glad you're along for the ride. It is LSRTV, your home for sim racing. We're also on Sierra Sports. Good evening to you. I'm Wesley Outland, and along up top side is Mob Charles. We're calling the action for you here this evening.
So my question, Wesley, on LSRTV we're in 4K. So does that mean we're pushing out 4K audio to CRN as well? Do we sound awesome in 4K?
I will tell you that the audio has been very improved in the last couple of weeks. I did purchase some new updated equipment on Spreaker to enhance the audio quality into HD. So, yeah, hopefully it is sounding really good.
Well, good. It sounded good when I was listening to some softball. So
there you go. Well, that's the kind of equipment we use. So, definitely, yeah. Tomorrow, softball, by the way. Tomorrow, softball on the road. Varsity East Wake. Thursday, Cleveland, the battle for the playoffs and the championship of the Greater News 3A. Thursday at Clayton, Cleveland Rams. And then on Friday, Charles traveling all the way to the coast for the second round of the football state playoffs. We got it, Clayton and West Brunswick. I lost my place. West Brunswick Trojans. Forgot the mascot there. Coming up on Friday. And then Saturday, going to West Virginia. West Brunswick Trojans, yes it is.
Yeah, you don't need to remember theirs. Yep. That's the opposing team.
Well, we try to give credit where credit's due, and we try to acknowledge impartially. We don't try to show favoritism. So
I do.
We are back for the restart, and Dustin Monberquette is gone again. What a strong run for the driver of the number 16, looking for 2 in a row.
And we're going to have him wadded up first. Eric Sellers involved in this one, and it started with the 97. I do know that for sure. So we'll take a quick look and see exactly what happened on the Pulse Poppers instant replay. Again, love it every time as it pulls up, and you'll see we're going to go straight to the drone camera for this one. As you'll see, there was already a little beating and banging back there, but it didn't cause any harm. But right coming up, you're about to see exactly what happened, and I think somebody got in hot to the corner again.
Yeah, it looks like somebody zigged, but they should have zagged, and yeah, you see the end result.
Yeah, you got to zig and zag when you're supposed to, and well, if you don't, well, like you said, that's what happens right there. Keep in mind, Wesley, when we take the green, we will be under 10 laps to go in this race.
That's exactly right.
Laps, again, winding down. This one was 50. The next one will be 60 and then 100. So laps do change depending on the track. We just haven't been to a track where they'll be shorter. I know here shortly we'll be coming up on one, if not next week. So I will try to get that schedule as quickly as I can. I have it somewhere on the computer. I just need to get it so I can read it off. But not a very long season for these guys. They only run, I believe, like 12, maybe
10 weeks. I think it's 10 weeks.
Very short.
Yeah, it's only 10 weeks.
So, it's, to be honest, it's kind of like a traveling series. You look at like USMTS. They run a little bit longer, but some of these traveling series don't run long seasons. They just travel and put on really good shows like, 15 times a year.
That's right.
So, definitely liking it, as now it is 11 to go, be 10 to go at the line, but the lights are still on the pace car.
Lights are on the pace car as Charles reiterated on. We'll try to re-rack them, restack them, and try to go here again at the moment. After what has been what we thought, honestly, Charles, would be a clean race. And my goodness, a caution flag. But man, it's been a wreck fest. From a language, but it has.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to say, but like you said, you know, you're impartial when it comes to your announcing for sports, and that's how we are in here. You know, we call it as we see it, whether it's a good, clean race like we had on Sunday, 2 cautions in 240 laps, or this one, 50, and we've seen multiple cautions already. It's unfortunate, but, you know, we can't lie to the fans. It's they can see it as well as we can. It's just one of those races where, you know, you look back and think, that was maybe a few too many cautions. Maybe I was just a little aggressive.
Yeah, hopefully that's something that they can work on to make it a lot better for sure. As here they come back to the restart zone. Green flag going back in the air. We'll try this again as they work their way back into the corner.
And
we'll keep an eye on him there with the leader still Bombercat, but the laps are winding down here as well, Charles.
Yeah, only 7 to go at the line, and they are really heating it up for about 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. As these guys right back here, they're going to settle it down now. And the question is, does anybody really have anything for Bombercat? Right now, Hendra's the closest one. He's 2/10 away with 6 laps to go. This is the longest actual green flag run we've seen so far.
Laps winding down for these drivers as they work their way back into the corner. It's still going to be the man out in front of Dustin Bombercat, trying to stay out in front and look for his now 2nd win in a row on the Legend cars. Dustin Bombercat, Daniel Hendra. Comes Hendra now. You know, Charles, one of those drivers that as we approach 3 laps to go, he's one of those late model guys. He, in the last couple of races, has really improved in that number 171. Things going good for him now in 2nd. Jake Perkins behind him as well as they come to 2 to go this time by.
That'd be, yeah, there it is. Actually, 3 to go there.
3 to go. My apologies. 3 to go.
Yeah, you just want to get to the next race. I know how I do. You want to get to some late models, but yeah, 3 laps to go. Now late we are coming up on 2 to go. So 2 laps this time by. Like you said, Bombercat, he is itching to get that win, but Hendra is all over his back bumper.
Bombercat goes inside, outside. Here comes Hendra. He'll try to throw the block on the outside. Back racetrack, they'll go into the corner, working their way through the flat course of 3 and 4. Off to turn 4 to the start-finish line, and a caution is out. Oh. The white flag. We were taking the CRN1 to go, but the caution is out. We have got trouble in turn number 3. We will restack them, and we will go into over number 1 for the Legends with Bombercat looking for the white flag. That's just not the case. Overtime coming up for the Legends at Langley Speedway. Charles Wooten.
Yeah, and it's James Call on in the number 18 bringing out the caution. And he either got a good run up on the number 99 or he just self-spun here. We're about to find out. Oh, God, wow. Never mind. He got clipped by another car. And I'm not even sure who that is. It was a solid white car that managed to have the little contact with him. Again, I have no idea who it was, but either way, it was some hard contact and sent him for a wild ride and sent us into overtime for a shootout.
Certainly has, as we go under the caution flag. We'll try to have to re-rack them, restack them, and go again for overtime.
And Wesley, that's what I was talking about. Had we had a new damage model on these cars and that had been real life, there would not be a piece of sheet metal or fiberglass on that car anymore. And I believe last time I was around any Legends, they were not sheet metal. They were kind of like a fiberglass. And that car would not have a piece of fiberglass left on it.
Well, whatever the case is, we now see the end result. And they were just into the CRN1 to go. By the way, Terry Saunders, that's what we're trying to tell you about CMO Screen Printing Incorporated. You know you're sponsoring the series, but if you jump on board and hook up with Charles and with Jeff Stabnow and Rocket Media, LSR, you know, we mention you more. And we could have the COM Screen Printing Incorporated starting lineup. Move of the race or caution flag. Hey, we don't have a caution flag sponsor. We have a Pulse Poppers Instant Replay. So there's a lot of cool opportunities. The restart zone could be a Charles. There's so many opportunities that you could take advantage of, not just in real racing, but virtual racing as well, as people have really become keenly popular to esports lately.
Yeah, they definitely have. You know, we work with anybody. We'll get you a good price. You know, we do have a set price, so we have to work around that a little bit, but we definitely promise the price is worth the exposure you're going to get. And here lately, we've picked up, I believe, 2 or 3 more stuff, and we've got the series in the works as well. So definitely you'll get your money's worth, anywhere from 4 to 7, 8 broadcasts a week, just depending on that week, as the green flag does come back out one more time for the green, white, checkered.
This is overtime number 1. Remember, the caution comes out where we rack, restack them, and go again. But Momberket, he doesn't want that. He's down the back straightaway. Andrews there, along with Perkins, out of turn 4. Charles, here they come. CRN, 1 to go. Race is official. Ruckers or checkers in turn 1.
And I think Momberket's got this one sealed up. We'll stay with him.
Trouble 2. 1 went around. No caution, though, Charles. They'll race to the flag. Can you say 2 in a row? Dustin Momberket and the legends at Langley Speedway.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who that was that went around, but they've managed to get it straightened out and back going. But what a race for Momberket to go again. And again, he led every lap. A lot of it was under caution, but we did have some green flag runs there, and nobody was able to get to him. Hendrick tried, though. He just was not quite close enough.
A big win again for Dustin Momberket. And the celebration will now begin down trackside here on the virtual iRacing simulator at Langley Speedway for the driver. 10s in a row for the number 16. Dustin Momberket picking him up and putting him down. I know he's got to be happy.
Definitely.
How about that, man? How about Charles? Man, got to be happy for him.
Yeah, definitely a good run for him. But hopefully we'll be talking to these guys here in just a few moments as they get out of the cars and get strapped or unstrapped and get over to us. But we have a little bit of time to kill before we have the next one. We'll throw some music on the system. But before we do that, Wesley, it's time for those unofficial results.
It is. It's time for the unofficial results. Hey, by the way, that's another thing that, if you're interested in sponsorship, you could talk about. But of course, stallblade.com, unofficially the sponsor right now. Dustin Momberket picking up the win over Daniel Hendrick. Jake Perkins will finish at the number 3 spot. Kyle Meyer 4th, along with Jack Brown, Daniel Folds, David Pallin, Scott Finke, James Folds, and Eric Jones rounded out. Moving on to 11th, it's going to be Campbell, followed by Moorcroft, along with a good run for James Colt. Then it's going to be David Trumbulley. Ian Martin, Parker Retzlaff with a bad race tonight. He'll end up 1 lap down here at Langley. David Adamsick, Eric Sellers, Ryan Pollins, Kyle Fowler, 35 laps down. He was going to try to give us a show to the front. Got caught up in a wreck again on the beginning and the mid-pack race. Travis Hoffler, Jeffrey Clinton, and Ryan Campbell. The rundown of the legend cars here tonight at Langley Speedway. We will grab a word with these drivers here in just a moment. And Charles, we'll get ready now for the full fendered cars coming up. The late models are right around the corner.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the late models and the super late models coming up next.
Certainly is a good time as well. They play a good show. We're looking forward to them. A good race. And we're glad you're along for the ride. It's going to be a good time. And we'll grab a word with these drivers all coming up in the CMO. A Screen Printing Incorporated program is in the books. And coming up next will be the LFOD late model stocks, the routine 126 racing, super late models, all part of our coverage of round number 4 of the American iRacing League. It is on your home for sim racing, LSR. And for those that are listening on the community radio network, it's CRN.com, Charles.
Definitely. We have our top 3 drivers there. Getting a little feedback from Perkins as we'll see if we can sort that one out. But Perkins coming in 3rd place here tonight. Jake, you get 3rd place. Obviously, quite a few cautions here. Had we had a long green flag run, do you think you could have got up to Daniel or Dustin trying to get the win?
Yeah, I think had we gotten a little bit longer run there, we might have been able to do something, but a little bit chaotic, so it's hard to really get in a rhythm whenever you're running 2-3 laps at a time there. But it was a fun race. That first wrecker in the first lap really shook things up. But thanks to the guys for putting this series on. Pulse Poppers is a good sponsor of the series, and thanks to you guys for putting it on. It was a lot of fun. We'll see if we can do better here in the late model race.
So Perkins, getting everything shifted and turned back around. You practice looked like it was going to be a fairly clean race. Why do you think that changed when you dropped the green flag?
This racetrack just sets up as one of those places where you're on throttle a lot, and it's really hard to get spaced out because everybody's running so evenly matched. And so, everybody's real competitive in this deal. Everybody wants to win, and so nobody's going to give an inch, especially in 50 laps, although it seems like a long time. You get a couple yellows, the race shortens up, and you don't get many opportunities to make passes. So it was just one of those nights.
All right, man. We'll let you reset and get ready to go for the late models. Thank you very much. You got anybody want to thank sponsor-wise?
No, man. I appreciate everybody putting on the series. It's fun to be a part of this. And like I said, we'll go and see if we can't get a win in the late model deal. Thanks to Tyler Payne for putting the series on and all of our series sponsors, including Pulse Poppers. I know they're a big one. So we'll go have some fun.
All right. That's the driver of Mr. Perkins, Jake Perkins, finishing in third. We'll grab Daniel Hendra now. Daniel Hendra is the runner-up. Daniel Hendra, the driver of the 171. Daniel, normally you're in these late model cars, but you get in the Legends. Been kind of a struggle the last couple of weeks. Not going to lie, but man, this is a pretty decent finish for you tonight.
Yeah, struggle to say the least. Last time I've done one of these was last season. It's not that we haven't had speed. It's just bad luck getting into with people. Yeah.
Well, Daniel, we always look to see you up front. Like you said, we always know you're going to have the speed. Comparing the Legends to the late models or even the super late models, obviously you're going to like one more. Do you like the little cars better, or do you like the bigger cars on these little tracks? Which is your preference? I prefer like the super late models, but what do you think?
Me, I prefer the supers and the Legends. I'm not a big fan of the spec late models just because they drive kind of goofy, but it's track dependent too. Some tracks like the cars better than others.
All right, we're going to reset here and get ready now for the late model cars. Daniel, how do you feel your shots are for the late model stocks and the super late models coming off of a good Legends finish?
I don't know. If Dustin talks crap to me again in this one, it might be pretty good.
All right, buddy. Got anybody want to thank sponsor-wise?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank CGE, Lane Paint Shop, Martin Sports especially for everything they're doing for Pete and the team. Pete, thinking of you, buddy. For those who don't or do know, he's going through a battle with cancer, and that one's for him.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely in our continued thoughts and prayers as well. Definitely. Pete Pelini is somebody that we've followed for many months and many races on the iRacing program and the Endurance Sim Racing League and so many more. So definitely our thoughts with Pete Pelini, and hashtag cancer sucks for sure. Definitely. Appreciate it, Daniel Hendra. Victory Lane, 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. Dustin Mombercat, congratulations to you, buddy. And one of the things I talked about is the fact that Southern National is nothing like Langley, and you win both weeks in a row. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said last week, Southern National is really not one of my best tracks. I actually struggle pretty bad there compared to a lot of people and my teammates and stuff. But Langley, I really like Langley. It just kind of suits my driving style, and I'm really excited for this one.
Langley, obviously a track we like. It's very flat. So going into the late models, super late models, being a lot faster car, period, because, it's got a bigger engine, of course. And then you go with a fast track. We had a lot of cautions here. Are you looking to see, a lot of cautions? Or do you think maybe with the bigger cars, people can bump and beat and bang a little bit more and we're not going to see as many cautions?
I'm not really sure. I think there's still going to be a decent amount of yellows just because of the like the style of the track, it really just kind of leads to yellows, with people wanting to dive it in under people on entry and then getting a little antsy in the center and trying to hit them up out of the groove. I still think there's going to be yellows, but I think the late models have been very good so far this season, so hopefully we can keep that going and pick up the supers a bit.
Definitely got that momentum going for you, man. And I was going to say that you've got the Legends thing patted down. Now it's time to try to put something together for a late model. Vic, could it be here at Langley?
I don't know. I hope so. Trayton and Parker especially have been really good this season in the late model stocks. So I don't know. I feel like this is going to be decent for me, but I'm just going to have to figure out all the little quirks in the setup and try to stay with them and maybe even beat them if I'm lucky.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, thank your sponsors and congratulations to you, bud.
First off, I want to thank Pulse Poppers for everything they do for the American iRacing League. Without them, a lot of the things that happened probably wouldn't happen, so I can't thank them enough. Tyler Payne for putting this on. You guys for broadcasting. Shaw Motorsports in the real life stuff. Leduc Matthews Racing on the sim with Ryan Matthews. And just a friend, Alex McCullum, was trying to help me there maintain what I had and keep a decent gap and just keep me calm through those late race restarts. So I can't thank everyone enough.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, congratulations to you. Got a lot of momentum going for you, and we'll see what goes on with the late model stocks coming up here in just a little bit, so go get them.
Thank you.
Dustin Momberket. He has turned around on the Legends and goes back to Victory Lane again. Now the question remains, can he now go to Victory Lane in the late model stocks or the super late models? Well, one race is down, two remain, and if you're new to the American iRacing League Monday nights on LSRTV or CRN Sports, we're about to re-rack them, restack them, and go all over again. Thanks again for everybody sponsoring the CMO Screen Printing Legends, and now we get ready for the LFOD late models coming back after a quick timeout to thank sponsors and a musical break. When we return, qualifying, racing, late model stocks, Langley Speedway, and coverage continues of the American iRacing League. Charles Wooten and myself on the call, LSR TV and CRN Sports.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts. As you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized, I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League on LSRTV Sports. Race night rock and roll continues. I'm Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten alongside. And we are back here at the virtual Langley Speedway, Hampton, Virginia. And now as we put the legend cars in the rearview mirror, won by Dustin Momberkett. Charles, we now get ready to rock and roll and set them up for the late model stocks, the LFOD late model stocks coming up next for 60 laps.
Yeah, definitely. And remember, if you remember earlier, I was here so I didn't get fined. Now I'm here because they've locked all the doors and won't let us out. So we're trapped here now. So if anybody has any spare chicken, ribs, some kind of food, bring it up to the tower. We'll try to break the window so you can fit it in. But yes, food sounds good right now. I am a little hungry. Again, we started this at 6 o'clock my time. I haven't had a chance to eat. My next door neighbor, like I said, was gracious enough to bring over some homemade meatloaf. Lasagna.
Cheesecake.
There we go.
Cheesecake. Lasagna and cheesecake, Garfield. Come on.
So I definitely am looking forward to that. And
you know what I have coming up on the way? You know what I have coming on the way? To my hotel room in Charlotte?
Probably cheesecake.
I have literally ordered rotisserie roast, which is rotisserie roast, a full chicken, a whole chicken,
roast,
mashed potatoes, bacon.
How do you eat
rotisserie
roast,
chicken meal for breakfast in the morning. It's called rotisserie roast. That's all I know. Rotisserie roast in Charlotte.
Is?
And I don't know. It's called rotisserie roast. Don't
but do you know what roast is?
I know what it is. It's like a beef roast, a meat roast.
No,
yes.
Roast is a cow's butt.
It's called
roast.
It's called rotisserie roast. Okay,
yes, and it's from a cow's butt.
All I know is I'm getting food, and it's going to be a whole chicken, a whole rotisserie chicken with. Oh man, they have some delicious herb mayo on the side, as well as hickory barbecue, loaded mashed potatoes, steamed broccoli with melted butter and cheese, and then I'm getting also, guess what, for dessert? Yeah,
cheesecakes. Probably more cow butt.
No more cow butt. So hey, we are getting ready though to qualify.
We'll see who comes out first. I was a little off. Our first one's going to be Brandon Roberts, and we did not see him in the first race. Here he is in the second one, so maybe some new drivers here that were not in that race.
All right, so we'll see what goes on with qualifying.
Oh,
all right. We'll see how they send it off the corner there. We're watching him right there. Wow. This is Brandon Roberts qualifying. Kind of disappointed in the car count for the late models, Charles. We're more legend cars than there are late model stocks.
Yeah, that we did hear a lot of drivers don't like these. They said they drive goofy, so I'm not sure what goofy means, but we'll definitely see. But 16772 as he takes it to the top of the charts, right behind Adamczak. And Eric Sellers, who we saw, he was involved in a caution in a wreck in that first race with the Legends, but here he is sitting second fastest in the late models.
All right.
And you know one I don't see in here, that is Kyle Fowler. So it looks like Kyle Fowler not going to make the call for the late models. Very interesting, because does he not race a late model or a super late model?
He does. He runs
a
late model. Yes, he does, for sure. Yeah, sure. And that's a big surprise there. So, all right.
We're going to see these drivers, Kyle Meyer, going to warm the tires up, per se, again, with that slight little drag of the brakes at about 20%. Again, we've given our opinions on that. We'll let that stay where it is, as we're going to see a time come in for Meyer, and it's going to be a 16.426, and that will put him in third fastest here on lap number 1.
Kyle Meyer. We'll watch him right now. It looks like Polins has got a pretty good, interesting run going, but for the most part, for this qualifying, it's David Polins at the top of the board. Daniel Folds is in second. Kyle Meyer third. Here comes Scott Finke, and they're riding the brake. Tyler Payne, you have to stop this. Seriously, I just am not a fan of this. Charles, I am not a fan of this stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, just I'm not a fan of it either. You know, they do it to put a little heat in the tires, but like we mentioned, you know, everyone can do it, so I won't say it's cheating, but at the same time, in a way it is, because they know the loophole in here where it doesn't wear the tires out if you hold it at about 20%. So there is a little bit of a loophole that it doesn't simulate the real deal like it should, because if you hold the brakes down to about 20% and you're sitting there, you know, dragging the tires a little bit, you're gonna get tire wear on those tires, and it doesn't really simulate that like it should. So it's unfortunate, as we'll see, but not going to help Finke at all as he sends it sideways.
Certainly did, man. Holy cow! We'll have to keep an eye on that one here.
We'll see what Marquette can do, as again, he just got off the win in the Legends, and he is going to run a time, but it's not going to count. 16:4:21. That time did not count. There it is, finally, and that goes up. He is in third place. Took a while for that time to register on the timing and scoring, though.
Yes, it did. Man. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
And we got a camera on.
We are. We're going to watch here, watch the camera work, and see how things go. Watching these drivers working their way around the racetrack here. Qualifying, ongoing. Caleb Hall, my buddy out of Radford, Virginia. Well, actually, he's up in close to Roanoke, Virginia, I believe. He scores at the Franklin County Speedway, or what is going to be Franklin County Speedway. I think that track possibly might be closing down. They had a disappointing race the other night. Only ended up with 6 cars, and feel bad for them. I wish they would have had a bigger count, but car count wasn't very good. But we'll see how things go here for that. Charles, his qualifying is in the books. But yeah, Caleb Hall scores out there, and he's got a baby on the way. Life is good, and we'll see what he can do here in this 60-lap late model stock race, which, by the way, is coming up right now. Starting lineup, by the way, it is no longer presented by ComServe Wireless, so if you are interested in being a sponsor, contact Charles or Jeff Stabnow. They'll get in touch with you, make it happen on the pole. Trayton Lapsevich to the outside. David Polins, row number 2. We'll find the drivers of Dustin Marquette, Legends winner here. The 16 to the outside, Daniel Folds in 09. Row 3, Kyle Meyer, the 88. Parker Retzlaff in the number 42. Row number 4, we'll find Caleb Hall along with Daniel Hendry, the 171, the winner, runner-up race. Scott Finke in the 31 to the outs in the 11. Row number 6, we'll find Ian Martin in the 98, Brandon Roberts in the 80. Row number 7 of 14, we'll find Eric Sellers in the 97 along with David Adamczyk in his spot to the outside. To row number 8, Mario Ercolani. It's Mario. 41 to the outside, Josh Holmes in the 9. Row number 9, we'll find David Trumbley in the 96 to the outside, Jake Perkins in the car number 59. He finished in the Legends race a moment ago. Ryan Campbell had some bad luck, got to turn it around and be in the 8 car 19th. Cody Moorcroft in 10th and the 20th. And Polins in the 21st spot. The 3, Carl Thompson in the 66. And I think that lineup there. So there you go. 22 drivers.
I still don't know how to pronounce Ercolani, so
it's Mario Ercolani.
I don't know how to say Ercolani. I say I don't know how to say Ercolani.
It's you're making it harder than it has to be.
No, Ercolani. I don't know how to say that. I'm just gonna call him Cannoli. until I can say Ercolani, I'm just going to say Ryan Canoli.
If you say so, you offended him, but if you say so, yes.
I don't think I offended him. I know how to say his name. It's Ercolani, but now I just want cannolis, so.
You just got cheesecake.
So, that's not a cannoli.
All right.
And cannolis are like the holy grail of, like, pastries.
We do like them, don't we? We like them.
So, I mean, of all the pastries you can be confused with, or at least in my head anyway, confused with, no one else anyway. I mean, at least it's not like a donut from Walmart or something. I mean, it's like cannoli.
Anyhow, it is go time for the LFOD late model stocks. Here they come. Part of our coverage presented by Triple M Pulling and Nazareth. Round 4, Langley. Green flag in the air. We are late model racing, and on the jump, Lapsevich pulls away. Winner last week, and Charles Momberket, look at him weaseling in there, sneaking, slithering around Pollins. He'll take that number 2 spot as here they come to speed. We're 1 lap in.
Yeah, they are doing a good job. We'll see if this race goes a little bit cleaner than the last. As that,
and you jinxed it.
Yeah, probably did. The legend races did not go the way these drivers wanted. This one, 10 more laps, but quite a bit more faster cars. To be honest, I'm surprised this race isn't 75 laps, 50, 75, 100, but it's only 60.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say the exact same thing. Yes, I agree.
If you're listening, Tyler, don't listen to us. 60's fine. Caution's out, though, and it's going to be Ryan Roberts that goes around bringing out the caution at the first time.
Don't listen to us. We don't know what we're talking about. You're good. Leave it alone. Leave it at 60.
Poppers instant replay coming out for the first time here on lap number 4, and it's the 82 of Brandon Roberts, and we're going to have to see if he had help here. And I'm thinking he might have. No, maybe not. Maybe so. He was definitely loose, and nope, just broke loose on its own.
Look at him, lost it. Roberts just going around.
Very interesting.
No
I'll be
harm,
honest.
no foul. Just on him.
The flagman may have thrown that caution a little premature. He was down below the apron, and or the white line. He probably could have just gathered it back up. He'd have gone a lap down, but maybe the flagman there throwing a little bit premature caution.
I was thinking the same thing, possibly. You're exactly right. So we're gonna kind of keep an eye on that. We'll check it out here. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a talk with the flagman during a little bit of a break, and we'll tell him to get his crap together. And
well, you know who it is. We found out who it is. It's Barnett Milton Fife Jr. From Mount Airy, North Carolina. He's probably about 50 miles from me right now, so I'll just go over there and give him a kick in the pants and tell him to get his act together.
Yeah, and while you're there, ask him why he has the name Junior.
Oh, that's because of Barney Five.
That's a weird name.
Oh, we are just having fun. Please, people, do not take offense to it. We're only having playing, okay? We're just playing.
No real flagmen or feelings were hurt in this race.
Exactly.
Virtually, I can't say that, but in real life, they were not. Unless there's somebody really out there named like Milton Barney Five Jr., then we're in trouble. But I don't think there is. I don't think anybody has that name. So. Then again, I've been wrong. It's rare, but I'm wrong sometimes. But green
Here they come to the line. Green out.
We'll see again. Maybe, just maybe, we'll go green here a little bit longer than we did that first run. It was only 4 laps, and look at them go here. They are duking it out. They're not holding anything back, and Mombercat going to slide back to probably 4th, maybe 5th. He's hung on that outside, Wesley. Could the outside be a no-go zone here early in this race?
Watching them here, Parker Retzlaff got to turn this around after having some bad luck here. He's closing in on Pollins for that spot. As working their way off of turn number 4. there he goes, side by side, and that spot opens up. Here he goes.
Yeah, he needs to get right there. He's just going to have to weasel his way in. He does just that, yes. So obviously there is not enough grip up at the top. You just can't go full throttle like you need to do. Mombercat goes from 2nd to 7th in just 2 laps, being stuck out on the outside groove. So obviously we're going to see a freight train here, Wesley. It's a 1 groove track right now.
That's exactly right. We'll keep an eye on it. It's a 1 groove track. And that meaning said, it's going to be catfishing on the bottom. Kind of a shout out for Pulse Poppers Fishing Lures if we have a caution for the instant replay. But, Charles, with that also being said, you're going to have to move somebody around to make some moves on this racetrack right now.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to use the chrome horn and give him a little bit of a bumper. And that 33's already got chrome on the car, so he could just give him a little bump. Yeah, bumper's definitely going to get used here. There's no way around it. You can see here's, we'll take a look from the drone as, man, you can see how bright this track is, and you can see everyone just right around the bottom, right up top, and right back to the bottom. Nobody is even remotely leaving the bottom of that track, so you're going to have to use the chrome horn or hope somebody makes a mistake. That's your only other option. Right there is going to be one.
Oh, and you saw that little move there by what we thought could have been the chrome horn, but he thought better of it.
Yeah, this is
as the laps continuing on here.
Wesley, I think our biggest chance for seeing a chrome horn or someone making a mistake is going to be right about where we're at, because these guys are just fast enough to want to get or think they can get up to the front. It probably can, but they're not there yet. The further back you go, they might be a little more relaxed, but right here, I really do think maybe the 51, which I believe is Caleb Hall, being scored 14 on time of scoring. He's holding up that 16 of Mombercat just a little bit.
All right.
Oh, Mombercat gave him the bumper right there. That's exactly what they
shot
needed.
Up the racetrack there, made a move. He thought better of it.
And that's what he needed to do. He gave him that little shot and shoved him out of the groove. And you'll see right here, he's going to lose 2 spots because of this. You know, Wesley, so you're watching this battle between the 88 and the 51 right now. There he is. I was going to say, that 51 needs to get down as quickly as he can. He does that. Outside just not working. We've got the choo-choo train going around this place today.
Watching him work their way, and I'll tell you what, a lot cleaner race in this late model stock.
You know, just to bring this up, I've brought it up before on a broadcast, and I'm going to bring it up again and get your thoughts on this, Wesley. I know, obviously, you're doing this off of a screen like you would do at a real racetrack, but I have said this for about 6 months to a year now, and I really hope iRacing eventually does it. I think that you need to be able to allow someone to pick multiple cars that they want to race in, so you could have all 3 of these cars if you're going to race in them. And instead of doing a single race, you should be able to rent a server for more money. That obviously it costs money, and I think you should be able to run what is called a race weekend, to where somebody, you can run the all the qualifying for each class and then run the features for each class, to where you stay on the track the whole entire time. It rubbers up from each class. I think it would make a little bit more interest racing, because you'd have the rubber on here from the Legends, the late models, and then what the rubber is laid down for the super late models. I think it would produce a lot better racing.
Yeah, I think so too, and I tell so many people that as well, as we are working now close to halfway in this event for the Legend cars. It was a wreck fest, and this race for the most part has been fairly nice. We're working close to halfway. We're 26 in of of 64 laps to halfway. And I tell you what, Charles, normally, like I said, and I tell people this all the time, when I call a broadcast, whether it's for Fox Sports or for MAV TV, Speed 51, I have a monitor in front of me. And honestly, that's the way that I broadcast iRacing, Charles. I hook up to our network broadcast production on TeamSpeak. We hook up to our audio levels, and then we go on your production of your camera feed, and we're looking at everything. When there's commercials, when there's replays, when there's everything that happens, I look at it in real time. And I tell people this all the time, and I think it's one of the big reasons, Charles, announced in iRacing this time last year because of the pandemic, and Bob Dillner is one of the big reasons why. It's because it keeps you fresh and it keeps you used to calling races on the monitor. And yeah, we up and we have tough fun and we get sidetracked sometimes, Charles, but for the most part, we always come back to the monitor and we go back to what's going on in front of us, like the battle for the lead between Trayton Lapcevich and Parker Retzlaff in 3.
Yeah, we definitely do. We love to have fun, but always serious at the same time. And this battle is starting to really heat up. I know we've been on them for quite some time, but, I wanted to stay with them to kind of give the overall feel of how this battle has unfolded. As you see, we ride on board with Parker Retzlaff in the 42, and he's all over the back bumper right now, and you're starting to see lap cars come in. So now we're watching the battle for the lead, and we're also going to be seeing looks like Hendra, Roberts, Polin, Sellers. These guys are about to go a lap down, and this is perfect prime opportunity for someone like Retzlaff to get by Lapcevich and possibly take the win away from him using a lap car as a pick.
Using a lap car as a pick, that's a real terminology, and that is that's happening right now. We're watching it. It's going on. Watch these drivers up the racetrack on a dirt track in a little bit. We got a caution flag as well. Caution is out. It's that car right there, that red car. And look at this Pulse Poppers. Damn, I love that new replay logo. I think that's cool. That's why you need to get on board. The number 3 car. That's, I believe, it's Ryan Polin's. You see what happened to him? Charles, we're under caution just at halfway. This has been a fairly clean late model race so far.
It has been indeed, and I believe this car just broke loose on its own. There was obviously nobody around him right there, broke loose, and was doing good up until that K-Rail got in his way. So he is done here for tonight. Oh, unfortunate, but he is calling it quits. Packed it up in the trailers. Our first DNF from the race, Ryan Polins. And we're past the halfway point. We have 24 laps to go, Wesley.
We certainly are. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will go back to the finish of this event, race 2 for the LFO Motorsports late model stocks on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Those that are listening on the community radio network at CRN Sports, and we are CRN.com. We'll have the finish, and we'll see who's going to be the winner. Could it be a trend? Remember, Dustin Monmarquette won last Monday night at Southern National. Trayton Lapcevich won the late model stock race. Could they do the same? More from Langley when we return. All right, welcome back to coverage. We're ready for the restart just after halfway. Late models here at Langley. On the jump, it's Lapsevich on the inside. Retzlaff, here comes Polins. Momberket falling back now. The fourth folds in the top 5, and that's the way they go into 3.
Yeah, it's been a good race. Like you said, a little bit of caution here, but not too many. We've stayed fairly clean in this one. The 33 getting a shot from Momberket. He gets a little loose. He'll take it up to the high side, and that is not where you want to be.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be there for sure as we're watching these drivers work their way back around the racetrack. And there we go. Back off into the corner. Well, shot up off the race. Shot up the... Wow. Have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that was not what he expected. I'm not sure if he just went in too hot or if he got a shot. There's no damage to the back of that 33 machine. As you can see right there, there's no damage to the back. So I don't think he got a shot. I think he just got loose and went up the track.
Working their way to the back straightaway into the turn number 3. Watch him there in the corner. All right, back uphill, back up into 1 and 2. There's Parker Retzlaff. I'll tell you what, Charles, he is everything he can to reel him in.
Yeah, I'm
off of turn 4.
I'm really curious as we now have 15 to go right there at the line. You know, that I think Retzlaff had his best shot to get to the leader with those lap cars for the pick, and I just wonder if that time has kind of come and gone now because those lap cars are now not a factor in this race, and when they weren't a factor, he wasn't able to get by him. He needs to possibly just give him a shot there right in that butt kicker logo. Just give him a little shot, push him up the track. Don't wreck him, but push him out of that groove, and I think he'll have the win.
Just give him that little nudge to say, hey, buddy, I'm coming through. Let's make a move here. And they will work their way back down to the straightaway into the third turn. On here, you see in this battle for the lead, Charles, Retzlaff is going to have to rough up Lapsevich to try to win this race. There is no questions about it. We know that it's a one-lane racetrack. We've talked about it being a one-lane racetrack, even in the Legends car event. You are going to have to give somebody the crawl horn, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but you're going to have to do that here at Langley. I've seen it several times being at the Langley Speedway for the Hampton Heat 200 when I filled in for my buddy MRN's Mark Potter for races back in the early 2000s here. I have a great relationship with Dale Lemons and Chris Lemons and everybody at that facility. You have to use that bumper, and there is the opportunity. It's just, when do you do it?
Yeah, you've got to decide perfectly, and, you know, you've got to do it perfect as well. If you cause him to wreck, he's going to remember that, but especially with the race coming up, you've got to give it just perfect, and then it doesn't take much. You know, you're not looking to, hit him hard enough like you're in a pursuit of being chased by the police. It takes just a subtle little love tap, just enough to say, boop, okay, I'm here, and he may do that here soon. He is right there. You could fit a piece of paper between them, and that's about it.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it here. Making that move. Hey, by the way, don't forget, coming up tonight, the American iRacing League going on right now for round 4 at Langley. Tonight, it is the next round of the excitement that is the Northwest Cup and Truck Series. And Charles, we're at Vegas. We're in Vegas. It's in Vegas. Yes.
Somebody's going to be gambling tonight. Probably Sean Brightson.
Yes, exactly. And we're going to have fun time here as that's going to be a fun event. And then, coming up next week, it's our time to have fun on the dirt at Bristol for the Cup and the Trucks, the Bristol Dirt Race for the Northwest iRacing Cup and Truck Series.
Yes, definitely.
Lapsevich getting a little company from Retzlaff. He's getting impatient.
Yeah, he gave him that shot that he possibly needed to give him. It wasn't quite enough to get him loose as Lapsevich held on to it as we have 4 laps to go here at Langley for this late models.
I can't believe how fast this race flew by, but it definitely is down to the home stretch, and we have seen one exciting one, a quiet race for that matter. Everybody's respecting each other, and I love that. And it's been a nice race, Charles. I have to say it has been. The laps are winding down. Buddy, I think I'm going to let you bring this one to the finish as we can see what's going on between Trayton Lapcevich and Parker Retzlaff. And again, as I said, as we come to 3 to go, you have Lapcevich, who won last week at Southern National, and you have Dustin Momberket, who won the Legends. We're trying to go 2 for 2 for 2 for 2, and Parker Retzlaff, the super race, could possibly go 4 as they come to the line. The white flag's in the air. It's the CRN 1 to go.
At 1 lap to go. This is the money shot he needs to get to the bottom side. If he can do it, I don't know if he's going to have enough time to actually get down there. He's going to have to give him a shot right here. I think he has too much respect for him. He does. It's not going to happen, as your race winner is going to be Trayton Lapcevich. Lapcevich got to be happy that Parker Retzlaff didn't just give him the shot in the shorts and knock him out of the way. However, Retzlaff probably wanted that win pretty bad, Wesley.
We had some type of a server issue on the CRN feed. I've been working on typing buttons on the computer to get that fixed, rearranging the satellite. I believe we're back on the air now on the Community Radio Network. But anyhow, the celebration is begun for Trayton Lapcevich. And as I said, 2 in a row, Southern National Langley for Dustin Momberket and the Legends. And now in the LFOD Motorsports late model stocks, give it again to the driver of the number 32, our friend of Canada, the Reaper. Speed Labs entry, by the way. Reaper, one of the big sponsors, Elite Media Graphics and others. And of course, Lapcevich is the winner, getting it done. Parker Retzlaff will settle for second spot. Dustin Momberket third. Ian Martin fourth. Kyle Meyer in the top 5, along with Jake Perkins, Daniel Folds, David Polin, Scott Finke, Carl Thompson in the top 10 at the unofficial results presented by SawBlade.com. Then we have Josh Holmes, Caleb Hall, Eric Jones, Eric Sellers, Mario Ercolani, kind of quiet in this race, but he stayed mid-pack of the top 15. David Trumley, David Tomasic, Brandon Roberts brought out a couple of caution flags. Ryan Polins with a caution. Daniel Hendra with bad luck being the runner-up in the Legends race, and now having to finish in 20th along with Ryan Campbell and Cody Moorcroft. And that's the way they finish him up in the late models, Charles, here at the Langley Speedway.
Yeah, it was a good race. We had a lot of green flag racing in there compared to the first race. Definitely much better. I expect to see the super late models go just as good. And keep in mind, we went to qualifying at 10 after 7 Eastern time. It's only 41, so that race took about 30 minutes to run. We got through very, very quickly. The new lobby is open, so Wesley, guess we'll go ahead and step away here for just a moment. We'll get into that new lobby, and we come back from that. We'll talk to these top 3 very quickly, let them get some practice laps in, and then I say we go racing for the final time here tonight for the American iRacing League.
One more race left. We'll grab a word with the drivers of the top 3 that are available for the Motorsports late model stocks finish up here at Langley. And then coming up, the Team 126 Racing Super Late Models. He's Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland. You are joining us live on LSRTV and CRN Sports with coverage of the American iRacing League. Round 4 from Langley Speedway, presented by proudly Triple M Pooling and the North American Sim Racing Association. We'll be back with more in a moment.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts, You know, just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, you know, it's a little bit differently. You know, you can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and you know, they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, just it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum, you know, requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League tonight. We're at Langley Speedway. The LFOD late model stocks are in the books, and the winner is the driver of Trayton Lapsevich. By the way, you see a trend here. Dustin Momberket last week, Southern National. Langley doubled up in the wins and legends. Tonight, Trayton Lapsevich, the same thing. Parker Retzlaff, could he do the same thing in the super late models coming up next? Oh, and by the way, Parker Retzlaff looking now for 4 wins in a row if he can pull it off. We're going to go down and talk to the top 3. Dustin Momberket, winner of the Legends race. You'll settle for 3rd. Hey, you're on the podium. A good run for you. What'd you think of the race?
I thought it was good. I kind of got beat back to 7th a little bit there at the start, and I kind of thought it was over with, but it seems to happen every week. So I'm just glad to be able to rebound, get back up top 3 to finish behind those 2 guys.
A good run for you, Dud. Man, I'll tell you what, anything from the Legends race you can use for the Supers coming up, as well as the late model event you just wrapped up on, and thank your sponsors as well, please.
No, every car drives so much different. You really need to use different style with the throttle and the wheel input. But yeah, I just can't thank Pulse Poppers enough for everything they do for the American iRacing League once again. Shaw Motorsports, LeDuc Matthews Racing, Russ Brown Race Cars, just everybody. I really can't thank them enough.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Again, that's Dustin Momberket finishing in the number 3 position. We'll let you get in there and start practicing. Runner-up in the race, again, from Ron Leonard, Wisconsin, the 42, Parker Retzlaff. Parker, man, I thought about you today, actually, because I was doing some MAV TV voiceovers for another production that I got to do. And one of the things that I was looking at when we were connected to the network, they were showing the ARCA race from Salem Speedway, and you were racing in it. Or was it Salem? No, was it Toledo Speedway?
Yeah, Toledo.
Toledo Speedway. And your car was there, same car, just like your late model and your super late model for the American iRacing League and other events you do on iRacing. And, man, I thought about you. 2nd place, though, tonight. You had some bad luck in the Legends race. You turned it around. Could we see you go for 4 wins in the Supers coming up next?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I kind of made a dumb move in the Legend race, just trying to get everything I could off the start and try and catch Momberket. And then in the late model race, I just had a horrible qualifying run by myself, and then I'm just gonna try and go for all 4 in the super race and keep some consistency going.
I'll tell you what, man, you did exactly what I feel like you needed to do. Just come up a little bit short, but there's always coming up the next one, and we'll let you get ready for that one. So go ahead, get prepared. We'll holler at you later, bud. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's, again, Parker Retzlaff, Ron Leonard, Wisconsin. To victory lane would go. Trayton Lapsevich, 2 in a row. Okay, so I talked about Momberket winning Legends 2 in a row. Lapsevich, you've done the same thing, man. And the tracks are totally different. Southern National is nothing like Langley Speedway. Trayton Lapsevich, do you have a copy?
Hello.
There you go.
Sorry. Yeah, we've been pretty good in the late models this year, grabbing 3 wins, and all the tracks are kind of relative to each other. We've been to a lot of short bull rings here recently, so there's some stuff we can bring from one track to another, but just really excited to grab another win and then to try and grab a win in the super late models too.
Definitely, for sure. A good run. I'll tell you what, carrying this momentum, you're going after that super late model race win. I know that's something you really, really want to do. He stopped Parker Redslap from winning all these super shows because he's been really contender.
Yeah, Parker's been stinking up the show a little in the super late models, and I think someone probably needs to bring an end to that tonight, and I hope to be the guy.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Trayton Lapsevich will now get ready to practice. We'll get ready to step away as well. And when we come back, it is super late model time. Charles Wooten, your final thoughts on the late model race as we get ready for super late model practice ongoing and we prepare for the Team 126 Racing super late models on LSRTV. We're back on CRN Sports and ready to bring this one to the house here tonight.
There we go. Now we're looking forward to rounding this race. That we just got confirmation from the race control that they will be bring it. I think they typo. I hope they typoed anyway. They said they would advance it at 9. I really hope they meant 8. I guess it would be 9 their time because it's 8 my time. So no, that wasn't a typo. I just apparently am brain dead today. But good racing, and we'll be going racing and probably back on mics here in about 9 minutes or so, and we'll be ready to bring this thing home and then get a little break and then come back and do it again tonight for the Northwest Cup Series.
That's right. So a quick musical interlude. We'll come back. He's Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland. Coverage continues. The American iRacing League, presented by Triple M Pulling and NASRA. When we return on LSRTV and CRN Sports, and more coverage from virtual Langley Speedway. 2 races down, 1 to go, and it's go fast time. It's super late model time when we return with qualifying.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and Wesley would be introducing us here, but Wesley's mic is open, but unfortunately his mouth is not because it's stuffed with chicken right now. So,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have literally just got DoorDash delivered to me. I want to thank Rotisserie Roast, and yes, Charles, I had to take a big bite of this delicious three-breasted chicken, and yeah, you caught me off guard, damn it. So yeah, thank you.
you're welcome. Hey, we had to. You're eating. You always gripe at me when I'm eating potato chips off the mic and no
You're
one can
eating
hear
when
me.
we're on the air, and you torture us like people. He tortures us. He's num 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 num. num,
So
num,
now
num.
you're
They were
eating and
working
I
here.
can't, so I'm gonna open the mic. Let everybody
Well,
hear.
just take a few minutes, and I'll be back. I just wanted to take a bite out of something to eat. I haven't ate since yesterday morning.
Well, I mean, we tell people this is the time to go to concession stand, so that's all you did.
That's
You know,
exactly right.
We can eat and announce at the same time. I mean, right now,
And I want to
practice
thank
underway.
DoorDash.
There you go. DoorDash is his fridge and concession stand tonight, but practice is underway. They should be advancing it here in about 1 minute into qualifying.
You know you got your cheesecake on the way, okay? You
No,
got
my
your
cheesecake is in the fridge, and
Your
it's
cheesecake
chilling.
is coming up soon. Oh my God! Yes,
Yes.
you do. Your cheesecake.
The cheesecake's going to be nice. It's the homemade lasagna that's going to be really nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Because my neighbor is really cool, and she uses the actual Parmigiano oregano or whatever it's called, the Reggiano, or I don't even know how to say it. But it's the
It's
real.
not delivery. It's the giorno.
Yeah, it's the good cheese, the real Parmesan, not that fake Kraft stuff. As the time does expire, so I guess that means we got to go to work now, unfortunately. But that's what they pay us the big bucks, or some bucks for anyway. Qualifying is underway. Wesley, the $1 million question here is, what are we going to see as far as times go for a time for the race, is what I'm getting at. That last one was about 38 minutes. So it went by very quickly. If we don't see a whole lot of cautions, we could be out of here by, say, 40, 45 after, post-show and everything for this race.
So we have qualified on track right now, and I sadly have to say, Charles, I think you friggin' jinxed it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Hey, we're all good at something.
We're all good at something. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So Charles is good at jinxing stuff. He admits it.
Yes.
Hey, Anthony Guado is on the racetrack. Carson Nagy. And there's Anthony Guadio right there.
Yeah, I can say Guadio.
Nice looking car. That's a nice looking car, Charles.
Oh,
Wow.
it is. I like the kind
the
of
rat
teal
top colors
blue.
on it.
This is Delta 9 on the hood, sponsoring that number 14 machine. And he's not happy. He's going to shut it down, so we'll switch over to someone who's dragging those tires again. That is Dustin Bombercat in the number 16 machine. And you can clearly tell he's dragging them, as he's going to drag it right into the wall nearly. As eventually he'll release the tires, and there he goes. Now he's going to release them. And almost got into the wall there, just a little bit trying to do that. So we'll see if it does indeed benefit him. And
Ending it off in turn one, Dustin Bombercat. Look out, he's in the wall. Woo!
I think he had a little too much heat in those tires. Oh, and another one,
Wow.
Brandon Campbell into the wall as well. We're seeing a few drivers that are really just struggling with these super late models in qualifying, heating the tires or not. They are definitely out here just plastering these cars into the outside wall. We'll see what the 88 of Kyle Meyer can do.
Kyle Meyer on the racetrack right now, the number 88 machine. And we'll see what he can do here. The driver of the number 88 machine. Kyle Meyer, 15.812. And Charles, I don't even think he's going to try to attempt to go for a second lap.
No, he's not. He is going to shut it down, and he's going to stay where he's at, and we'll see. Now we're going to have Drayton Lapsevich come out, and he's actually 32, so that's what we'll call him as, being scored as 132 on the thing. And he's going to go through the grass. I'm definitely, you know, I don't think that's going to help him.
All right. The Trayton Lapsevich now in the number 32, trying to go down for his first Super Late Model win this year.
Well, just kind of have to wait and see how it goes, but he started it out in the grass, and now he's on lap number 1, currently around 12 seconds as he's coming up to the line, and it's right there. It's going to be a 15.903. We'll see if it rounds off. It does 9:05. That'll put him 5th fastest, so he's definitely got a fast time, but not quite to the top, but hey, a top 5 ain't bad.
Scott Finke, the 31 machine, on the clock in qualifying. The Elite Media Graphics, number 31. Just one of the big sponsors that happens with the American iRacing League. And of course, thanks to Triple M Pulling and Nazareth for being the title sponsor for tonight's event in round 4 of Langley Speedway coverage here on LSRTV and Sierra Sports. Back straightaway, Scott Finke, 16.124. Will he pick it up as he works his way down to start finish? Whoa! Crosses the line. Dirt tracks it. You like that, Charles? Kind of dirt track days at Monarch.
Yeah, that's how you get around the corner right there. You turn one way and go the other. We'll see how it goes. It looks like time is out. 20 seconds on the clock. Nobody else would even have a time. So we still have 21 that qualified. Then we have Aiden Murray that did not. Kyle Meyer did not. Actually, he did run a time, but didn't count. Ryan Campbell and Brandon Campbell not setting times either, as that's going to do it for qualifying.
And guess what? It's time for the starting lineup, and I finally get to hear my music. Cue up my music, Charles.
I'm not sure you get music after doing seal noises, but
that's because I'm happy. Yes. Well, that's not the right music. What in the world?
Oops. Hang on, folks.
Well, that's what you should have used several times in our broadcast when we come on the air. We come back from break. That
was a someone in the technical end. Someone in the technical end gave us the wrong music.
Oh, you're catching up.
There we go. Now we got the right music going up here.
And by the way, the ComServe Wireless sponsor is false. #fake news. If you're interested in being a new sponsor for the starting lineup grid, please contact us at LSRTV. We'll make it happen for you. But hey, I do want to say thanks to ComServe Wireless. They met their obligations. They said they'd do what they would do. They were just involved with another person that we didn't really, care for and do business with for a long-standing time, and even though we had to part ways, we still kept our word and done the sponsorship. We're ready to go. Ryan Matthews, Alex McCollum, they're on the front row for this event. Super Late Model Time, row number 2. Dustin Monmarquette Legends winner, Parker Retzlaff Late Model Stock winner, trying to go down for 4 wins in a row. We'll see what he can do in 42. Row number 3. Trayton Lapsevich, the late model stock winner here tonight, along with David Polins in 33. Row number 4. We'll find the driver of Jake Perkins to his outside. Daniel Folds in 09, row 4. Row 5 is going to be Brett Suggs to the outside. Anthony Guadio in the number 14, that car we were talking about, that nice-looking machine. Rick Spencer-Walt, first time we mentioned him tonight. He'll start in 11th, followed by Daniel Hinder, the 171 in 12th. Third place in the Legends race earlier tonight. John Oliette in the 81 machine to the outside. Carson Nagy in the 93. That's your top row 7s. Row 8. We'll find Ian Smith. Alex Rudolph. Ready to go. Row number 9. Mario Ercolani in the 41 to the outside. Scott Finke in the 31. Row number 10. We'll find Eric Jones along with David Trumbley. The 11 and 96. Row 11 on the field. The 26th. Along with the 88 machine, and that is the lineup, along with the 99 in the back. Campbell, we'll see what happens. Rest of the field ready to go with Campbell and Aiden Murray. There's your lineup. All right, 100 laps. One thing we have not looked at tonight is the weather conditions. Look at that. Saw blade weather conditions.
126 degrees.
Wow, just about right, Charles. I would think with the sun buried on the track and an 80-degree day and the track tip about the same. Not windy at all.
No, it is sunny and hot here at Langley. Looking for a good race. We'll see. Wind not going to be a factor 2 miles an hour, though, so we'll see how these cars handle. We had a good race in the late models. It went basically caution-free, just a few.
Pace car is in. It's showtime for the super late models presented by Team 126 Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. And just after 10 after 9, the super late models are green flag for a century grind around Langley Speedway. And Charles, it's time for the bad boys to get to business here in Hampton.
Yeah, this is what the famous announcers say you saved your pocket change for. This is the big show. This is what everybody's here for.
Underway. Watch them as they work their way into the corner. Back straight away. This race is underway. We're watching all of them working their way around the racetrack. We're keeping an eye on all these talents working their way to the back straightaway.
Sorry about that.
Jake Perkins. I got a good keep an eye on Jake Perkins. He's in 7th. He's got a gaggle of cars behind him, though, Charles. He looks really, really strong right now. Brett Suggs, Anthony Guadio, all going on there. Keep an eye on that pack. But, man, I'm so impressed, Charles, with Ryan Matthews. Keep an eye on that, man. He's out in front of that 51 car. And I love seeing the fact that there's some other people that are actually giving Parker Retzlaff a run for his money here, but it's still very early in the going.
Yeah, Parker Retzlaff, somebody who's fast. I mean, really, if you want to talk about this field, is really a stacked field.
Watching them working their way around the racetrack into turn number 3. 100 laps the distance. Cross start finish back to turn number 1 and 2. And Charles, here we go again. It's the same old song and dance, just like the Legends, just like the late model stocks. Everybody starts catfishing on the bottom like Poach Poppers fishing lures looking for them. And you're going to have to make a bite to move someone out of the way to get that track position you need to go up the track and climb the scoring pylon.
Yeah, you're going to have to. It's one of those deals. Sometimes it's a multi-groove track. Sometimes it's not. And like I mentioned earlier, if this was more of a race weekend style to where we saw all the cars run their races on the same track, right there gives them a little shot and that's going to get by, we might see this groove widen out a little bit. But we're not seeing that because it's just a one-groove track. And looks like big problems there for Dustin Momberkin. It looked like he locked up the brakes for a second, but he does keep it going. No caution.
No caution. Working off turn 4. And Charles, here's another thing we are talking about here. This race can honestly fly by quickly. If they can get on the whip and getting going, you're turning 15, under 15, 16-second laps. You count that per minute, 15 seconds per minute. That's the equivalent of almost 4 to 5 laps a minute. If they cannot get a yellow flag, we saw something similar to this at the Southern National event last week here for the American iRacing League, Charles. If they get in there, they settle in, you could see these laps fly by quickly. 100 laps, I know it seems like a lot because it's triple digits, but if they get to the whip and they knock them off one by one, especially if they're staying on the inside of the racetrack, this race could go by before the 10 o'clock hour as you talked about.
Yeah, it could go by very quickly, and of course that's counting post-race show as well. So definitely going to go fast, and I think it will. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of cautions in this race. The bigger these cars get, the more you can really kind of rough them up a little bit and beat and bang, and it doesn't get them as out of shape. And you've been around racing as long as I have, Leslie. The smaller the car, the easier it is for them to spin around. They have less weight to plant them on the ground. Therefore, the slightest little taps definitely cause cause more damage. These cars weigh a ton. Well, not literally a ton, but, you know, figuratively weigh a ton. And, you know, they can take a couple of shots.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, they can, and they put on a good show. By the way, the Team 126 Racing going on with their Super Late Model program. We are rocking and rolling with Parker Retzlaff, again, trying to go for 4 in a row. But right now he's in third, and he's got some talent in front of him in the likes of Momberket, and they're running down Ryan Matthews. There he is in that number 51 machine, and he is a talent as well. He picked up the Speed 51 Super Series Championship last season with the Sim Auto Racing Association. He's won some big marquee events. And you know, Charles, I know you're a fan of these supercars. And as we see this Pierce Ford Mustang work his way around the racetrack, he, with LeDuc Matthews Racing, just likes running the supers. No to the legends, no to the late model stocks, but you know when we get ready for the Team 126 Racing Super Late Model event here on the American iRacing League every Monday night, he's there, and he's out in front of that 51 car.
Yeah, he definitely is. And you can see the banner right there where it says Sarah on the nose piece. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, Super Late Model League on iRacing, and he is doing a good job kind of representing them here tonight. Yeah, well, he's not, you know, in any affiliation with the league as far as, you know, ownership, anything like that. But anytime you run a logo on your car and you're out here dominating, it's gonna draw some attention to that league as well. So definitely a good job there. Oh, he might have just gave a shot to Cody Knott, though. No caution.
Up on almost a quarter of the way, and no caution flag.
Of course, Cody Knott running, owner and running the sponsor there for Pulse Poppers of this series, and of course of us here at LSRTV for the replay. And replay not being very used in this race. We're 25 in, a quarter of the way this time by, and we have yet to see a single caution.
And you're seeing now Momberket trying to close in on Matthews.
That's actually McCollum that's running him down.
That's my apologies. You're exactly right. That's Alex McCollum. Alex McCollum from New Jersey. He's also another one of those drivers, Charles, that he runs super late models only. He's dabbed a little bit in the legends, but he likes the super late models, and he has built up his iRacing rating as well.
Yeah, and for the record, I'm sure Dustin Momberket would love to be the one up there. He just got shuffled back a little bit earlier, and, you know, it's like we mentioned, and you've mentioned it many times, so have I. When you get shuffled back here and it's a one-groove track, there's just not much you can do to get around. And, you know, these guys are talented. They're skilled. They don't want to have to just rough somebody up. Me, on the other hand, this is why I'm in the booth, because I just knock you out of the way and go by.
That's the reason why you're in the broadcast booth with me, and if you tried to knock me out of the way, well, then you'll just hit the mute button.
Well, I mean, I did bump you with my scooter when I came into the booth and tried to get you.
That's right, yeah. But I said, hey, you old rascal, what are you doing? He said, I'm handicapped tonight, boy. Get out of my way.
Oh, we have our own races here in the booth. We're like the old version of...
Well, you literally threw me to the wolves about me eating my chicken while I was on commercial break.
Hey,
so.
you throw me to the wolves every time I'm eating potato chips.
Charles, I have to just show you a picture, my friend. It is waiting for me. It is calling my name whenever this race is done, my friend. I just want to show you.
Well,
I just want to show you what is waiting for me, what is feasting for me. When we go off the air.
I got some homemade lasagna.
This is all for me, my friend. If you go on our communications chat, this is all for me whenever we finish up tonight, okay? I just sent it to you. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides and a whole turkey or a whole chicken. Are you serious? You might need to go check into a food coma after that. We got to pass for the lead McCollum going to get by
7, 8 sides, you lying back.
Food coma induced. McCollum takes the lead, and he got it.
Lying to you people, okay? I swear, it's a whole chicken. It's a rotisserie chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy and bacon. I have my vegetables. I have my broccoli, my corn, and my carrots.
You said your corn and your corn, but either, hey.
You know what I meant.
Matthews in trouble now as he got shoved up to the high side by McCollum. McCollum kind of forcing his way through there, but he didn't rough him up. He just made his way, and now it's going to cost him 2 spots. Lapsevich going to try to be the next one to get by. So from first to third in 1 lap, Wesley, what do you got to do to get back by? Are you going to have to rough him up a little bit and take that Mustang ahead of these Toyotas?
I don't know.
Well, eat some chicken. You'll know. It'll come to you.
I was actually playing with you. I think it's like we've talked about several times tonight, Charles. You're going to have to use that bumper to move somebody out of the way, and I think these are the best of the best in super late model racing. They are not going to be afraid to do it.
No, they're not. And I just looked here. The top 4, I do believe, all have Sarah written on their little thing there. You see Sarah on the second, third, and fourth. I'm not sure on McCollum. No, McCollum does not. He has a AIRL logo on there for his banner. But second, third, and fourth that are all battling, all running the Sarah logo. So these guys are very familiar.
You mean all these drivers are fighting over Sarah?
Yes, they are. And they fight in Sarah, too. But it goes to show you, these guys race with each other a lot. So they're very familiar with each other when it comes to racing. So, does that make it easier or harder, though, if you have your competitor and you know the moves they're going to make?
That's very true. I mean, I guess when it is your teammate, things are looked at a little bit differently. But honestly, when you're racing and you're trying to win a race, Charles, all bets are off. I mean, bottom line, when you put that, when you put on that helmet strap in, or you put in that virtual rig and you settle in there, you might be friends, but when you're on that racetrack, you're racing and you're trying to be competitive, and you're going to do any and everything you can to be winner. And there's only bragging rights for the winner. Everybody else is second place loser, as they say. I don't mean that with any disrespect, but wow, the leader about plowed into lap traffic. So did Lapsevich, and they made some awesome saves there.
And that was the 11 of Eric Jones. I'm not sure what happened. He locked it up. Maybe got in a little too hot in the corner and locks it up. And
wow. Again, no caution, by the way.
No caution came out for that. We are caution-free in this race as McCollum has checked out from this field. Said, see you later. I'll see y'all in victory lane. But Retzlaff back there, he just hasn't been able to do anything. And keep in mind, we are 5 laps away from the halfway point.
Yeah, I mean, we're already 45 laps into this race. We're about to come up on the cross flags in another 5 laps. And you look at what Alex McCollum is doing. He's pulled away, but you got Retzlaff battling with Matthews. Lapsevich is in that mix as well. Lap car was in the way. They about had contact. And here you go again with this battle between, once again, it continues. Ryan Matthews and Trayton Lapsevich. That's the battle now for third and fourth, going on off the racetrack off 4. And literally just picking up laps one by one. Momberket, as we brought on board with Dustin Momberket, Charles, he won the Legends race at Kenley last week, or Southern National. He won the race here tonight at Langley earlier. He just has not seemed to... He's figured out the Legends program. The late model program is just continuing to struggle for him, whether it's the late model stock or the super late model. But I think if he continues to keep tweaking and working harder, he's going to get there. There's still 6 more weeks of racing left to go after tonight, round 5. We're halfway through next week of a 10-week series. And right now, he's doing everything he can to just stay out of trouble, be consistent. I think the word we're looking for right now as he holds off Brett Suggs is consistency, and he's at least been able to do that in the 16 car.
Yeah, you definitely have to be Mr. Consistency. Consistency, of course, will win you championships, and it will also net you good finishes usually as well. If you can be consistent, consistently run, 4th, 5th place, there's going to come a time where you're going to get even higher when somebody has mistakes. But it's going to be tough. These guys don't make a lot of mistakes between McCollum, Retzlaff, Matthews, Lapsevich, Polins, everybody that's in front of him. Those are drivers that are not known for making too many mistakes out on a track. So, you know, you've got to really mind your P's and Q's, and he may eventually have to force his way through.
52 laps, green flag since the drop, and there has been no caution flags whatsoever. Right now, your rundown of the top 10 includes Alex McCollum in the number 10, Parker Retzlaff second, looking for that fourth win in a row. He's hanging back, though, and McCollum is picking him up and putting him down on the lap down process. Ryan Matthews third, Trey Lapsevich fourth, and David Polins the top 5. Then it's Dustin Momberket, Brett Suggs, Jake Perkins, Daniel Hendra, Rick Spencer-Walt. Your top 10 is, Charles, we are letting laps fly by as now we're starting to see a little impatience grow here now. That is Lapsevich trying to get around Matthews, and he roughs him up the racetrack into 1 and 2.
That is what you call roughing it up, as he just gave him a shot and then just decided to rip his door panels off as he goes by him as well. So he said, "I'm tired. You're holding me up, boy. Get out of my way." And he did just that.
He's used up his tires. The 51 has used up his tires. You see him run up the top of the racetrack, and the reason why that's happening, Charles, is he's used up his tires. You see him about spin in the apex of the corner around Momberket and Trombley and Polin. He's used up his tires. He might have a handling issue. Look at him fighting the car, dirt tracking it around the corners.
Yeah, he has definitely seen better days on those tires, and he gets it loose.
Out!
If he's used these tires up this much, what about the rest of these guys that are up at the front? Have they used theirs up?
Oh! Yeah, oh, wow!
And
holy cow, and he's at the wall!
No caution
yet.
That's
no
what I was getting
yet.
at, though. If he's used them up this much, have other people used them up, and are we about to see our first caution of this race?
Exactly. And the cautions breed cautions. That's the question. Or are we going to settle things up here? He has literally been bit for the last 3 laps, if you will, on pavement virtually on iRacing, trying to negotiate around the speedway. But nonetheless, here goes now this battle for the lead, because Charles Parker Retzlaff has ran down. He's trying to get around lap cars to get to the leader. That's the man in second, Parker Retzlaff, and he's looking for his second, or he's actually looking for 4 wins,
Caution,
and there's the caution
out.
Flag, and I got a feeling it's for Ryan Matthews. What do you want to bet?
Indeed,
I'm a betting
correct.
man, and I'd have broke that. We got Vegas coming up tonight for the Northwest Side Racing Cup and Truck Series on Wednesdays. I would have cashed in all my chips and been a virtual millionaire.
Yeah, the Pulse Popper instant replay as Wesley goes and counts his millions of dollars. And we'll see right there, he already had significant damage.
Takes a bite out of my $1 million chicken.
Yeah, there he goes, $1 million chicken. And unfortunately, Matthews is not going to be eating any chicken in victory lane. Oh,
no.
Just a slight tap. I don't even know if he touched it. Well, no, he did.
Tough break there. By the way, thanks to Pulse Popper's Fishing Lures. Pulse Popper Fishing Lures. The Pierce Trailer Ford, number 51. Yep. Yeah, that's what happens when you just go too much and you use up your tires.
Yeah, he actually did more damage to the car trying to get it going back than he did when he actually hit the wall the first time. He tried to back up and the car wouldn't turn, and he hit the wall 3 times trying to just get back going again. Again, that car is just used and abused, and unfortunately it did not want to work with him anymore. So Matthew's going to be all the way back in 20th now, so unfortunate for him, as he had a good run, but you can't use your tires that much. You got to conserve.
Yeah, we're under the yellow flag, and we're going to see if anybody can run down the native out of New Jersey, Alex McCollum, picking him up and putting him down. We are already halfway through the distance of the Team 126 Racing Super Late Models. A quick break. When we come back, we will take you to the checkered flag, or will it be time the visit of the Banana Republic flag over and over and over again before the end of this Super Late Model feature? More to come. American iRacing League, LSRTV, and CRN Sports. it's nice whenever you find the right music. Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League Monday night. Charles Wooten, Wesley Outland, on behalf of Tyler Payne and everybody that makes it happen for the well, it looks like Tyler. What in the world is Ryan Matthews doing? It looks like he wants to go from pavement to dirt tracking to now SEC off-road.
It looks like he is...
He was coming out of the pits, I think he was, driving in the grass.
Going around the pits, and he's going to get going as the lights are off, so we will go racing this time by. He's trying to catch the field.
Yeah,
so
what's that old slogan from Days of Thunder? Whoa, look out, bottom of the apron. What in the world are they doing? They have waved off the restart. Something, whoa!
Pace car wins.
Pace car is in front, pace car on the strut.
Wow, that was interesting. I think the front of the field didn't get the memo right away. We were calling it off, or didn't get the call, or they did get the call, and the rear of the field didn't. So they had to dip to the winner's circle there and avoid hitting anybody. But they do, and we stay clean. But now the pace car is going to dive off. I think they were just giving some cars that got wave rounds a chance to get it going, and Lumbercat into the inside wall.
One in the wall. No caution, but that'll cause a caution. We are literally scattered, smothered, and covered virtually, and it looks like Mombercat's one of them.
And now this,
he cannot seem to get a break.
Yeah, this is going to make it very interesting because Mombercat was the one that went to the inside of the track on that last false start, or whatever you want to call it. And now here's we go to the drone camera provided by All American Pools. That also is open if you're wanting to sponsor it. But you'll see right here, he's right on the back bumper of the 32, and he's going to hit him a few times and then just break loose. He gets a tap, and bam, right into the inside wall, and just collects a few cars.
Man, oh man, we will keep an eye on this for sure as... watching these teams battle it out.
And it's not what some of these guys wanted to see, especially not Mombercat. I do want to point out, though, we are 30 laps to go. Going to be 29 this time. And Wesley, maybe I jinxed it, but you said cautions breed cautions. So you jinxed the other cautions here.
I did not. You did it.
I jinxed the first one.
Yeah, maybe you did. The old cliche, cautions breed cautions, could possibly come to fruition. Maybe not. We'll see this one come to the finish. And I will tell you this, if there's one driver that was looking forward to seeing the visit by the caution flag, it is the man behind Alex McCullum. And that's Parker Retzlaff in that number 42 machine. He's in that second spot. Trayton Lapsevich is in third. David Polins, Brett Suggs, the top five. And lights are going to go off for the pace car here in another lap or so. And Charles, we will have less than 28 laps for the shootout coming up at Langley.
It's going to be right around 25-ish or so. So definitely, if you're the zero, you're sitting pretty right now. Or actually, it's technically scored as a 10, a 0 on the car of McCollum. You're just clicking away laps, so that's less laps you have to hold off someone like Parker Retzlaff and Lapsevich, Polins. So it's it's kind of a negative and a positive. It's less laps you have to battle them, but at the same time, now they're right on your back bumper, right in your neighborhood again, and you have to deal with them. So, do you take the win with or the positive with the negative, or would you just rather stay green and stay away from these guys altogether?
Yeah, that's very true. Take the good with the bad and see what the outcome will be for sure. As the field will get ready to come back to the restart zone. Pace cars in.
26 laps to go. Green flag out. McCullum out front. Retzlaff going to have his work cut out for him. He's going to take it to the inside, but not quite enough. But, he gives him a tap.
Here you go. Let's watch it here. We'll keep an eye on him. McCullum and Retzlaff. And now you got clean air in front of him, Charles, as well. 25 laps to go, 3/4 down, and it a battle for the lead going on into 3.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder if Retzlaff's going to use that bumper one more time. He got him a little bit of a shot, but it wasn't enough. 24 to go this time at the line. Retzlaff all over that back bumper just to show just how close he is to the back bumper. Let's go to this camera right on the gearbox, and you can see he is going to give him a shot.
Here he comes. Woo. Whoa! From that shot, it looked like he gave him a spin in the wall, Charles, but he saves it.
Yeah. He gave him a big hello, I'm here, welcome to my world kind of tap there, and he's going to try to do it one more time. It's just not quite working out, as actually because of that, it looks like Retzlaff is going to fall back a little bit.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that there again as they work their way back around.
And also, you got to keep in mind, these guys, the more they beat and bang, the rest of this field's going to try to make something happen. Lapsevich, Suggs, Martin, who we haven't talked about, Ian Martin, he's in 5th, and Jake Perkins just behind them. All these guys are ready to pounce if something happens between these front two. And I hope we have Wesley. We may have lost Wesley here. We'll keep an eye or ear out for him and see if that is the case. But Alex McCollum still out front leading this thing with Parker Retzlaff just behind him. He's trailing him just a little bit. They're pretty much single file out through the rest of this track. Not a whole lot going on here in the last closing laps of this race. Again, we told you it would be a single file race. There we go. Now we got Wesley back.
You know what? I accidentally hit the mute button. I was looking at something on my board I've never seen before, and I was like, oh, well, what does this do?
Well, yeah, I was sitting there waiting. Okay, he's about to drop connection. No, he didn't drop connection. Okay, he done something dumb this time.
And you thought Wesley was still taking a bite out of chicken or something, is what you thought.
I thought you just like said, see you later, I'm going to go eat chicken.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till the race is over before I try to eat my food here. You saw what I have, and I'm going to devour it, by the way. People, it is not like 8 plates of food, by the way, what Charles said. It's not.
Yeah,
okay,
that was
fake news.
I'll admit, it was only 7.
No, it was like 5. And they're small little portions too. I got my chicken, I got my potatoes, I got a big thing of mashed potatoes and bacon. Okay, I love my mashed potatoes, but I did get some broccoli and carrots and corn. Yeah.
So load up on the starches, and then
you don't eat your vegetables.
I do. I just usually don't eat them when I'm eating junk food too.
You have your cheesecake, okay?
Yes, I do. And we may see a move for the lead here shortly. Retzlaff has just been all over this. And keep in mind, we're going to zoom out here. Well, we are zoomed out. Let's go to the drone camera. You can see
zoomed out.
There's the battle for the lead. Here's the battle for 3rd. Those are pretty much your battles on the track. Everyone else is really kind of spread out here. You got a few little battles going on back here between the 81 and 11 as they're going to rough each other up just a little bit.
How can we be friends?
Yeah, that is Olette and Jones that are trying to battle there. But again, the biggest battle is the battle for the lead, and these guys are just relentless right now trying to get it as they're Retzlaff trying to make one more pass.
And by the way, the laps are winding down as well as Alex McCollum is out in front. He'll get a shot once again from Parker Retzlaff. I don't know, Charles. And Parker Retzlaff, unless he uses the chrome horn, he might have met his kryptonite tonight with the likes of the man out of New Jersey, the number 10 of Alex McCollum. But McCollum is got to not waver, because if Retzlaff gets an opportunity to go after it on the inside, he will. The laps are winding down.
Yeah, laps are definitely winding down. Oh, a little bit of a connection issue there for McCollum. And now McCollum has company coming in, and this is something you don't see. Oh, as he's going to get out of the way. That is Mombercat that was actually going a lap down there. That is something you don't see very often. Is this battle still in their way? But McCollum, though, still having that connection issue that just kind of popped up here with now 7 laps to go.
Laps winding down. We're going to see if somebody can finally stop the 3-win streak becoming 4 for the driver out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Parker Retzlaff, as Momberket won the Legends race. Brayton Lapsevich, 2 in a row for him in the late model stocks, and now as the Team 126 Racing Super Late Models come down to the home stretch, it is McCollum and Retzlaff, 1 and 2. They cross the line. Time running out, Charles. The question is, will he move him out of the way? That's the big question.
He's had ample opportunity. I just don't think he's going to, as there is 4 laps to go. I want to keep an eye on this battle as well. This is the battle currently for 4th position between Lapsevich and Ian Martin. That battle is still ongoing as well. It's just not the battle for the lead. That's where we're watching. Retzlaff, I just don't think he's the type of driver that's going to rough somebody up.
No. He's the type where, he'll try to move you, but he'll move you the fair way, not the wrong way. And I got to say, I admire and respect him for that. And I think that McCollum drives him the same way. The old cliche is, as we come down to the final 2 to go here, you drive the way you want to be driven, Charles. And if you respect the people, whether it's virtual or reality, the way you respect the person is the way that they're going to treat you. But as I say that, Retzlaff is trying to get a run on him, but he's got to do something here now. 1 more lap to go here for the late models of Supers in turn 1 at Langley.
Yeah, your CRN 1 to go. And McCollum, gives him a shot big time in the back bumper. But
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's nothing wrong with that. That was that one little final shot to say, can I send it in here and go for it? But you see that he backed down. He didn't turn him, run him up the racetrack. That was a really good race amongst 2 good drivers, 2 veteran respected racing iRating drivers, Charles. That could have went either way, good or bad, and it turned out to be good. And as I always say in regards to Parker Retzlaff, you can't win them all. Alex McCollum also has dominated in other big races here at Langley with other series and events, so big kudos to him in the number 10.
And he definitely does. And Wesley, what did I say coming into this race? I said if we go caution-free for the most part, have a good, clean race, that we would wrap this race up about 40 to 45 after. It's 41 after this race has concluded. Right on schedule. You can compliment me on my genius now. He's eating chicken again, I think. He's muted his mic again. Either way, we'll quickly get to the results here for tonight's race. Getting the win is going to be Alex McCollum, followed by Parker Retzlaff and Brett Suggs. We'll be talking to those top 3 here in just a little bit. In Martin, Drayton Lapsevich, Jake Perkins, Daniel Hindra, Carson Nagy, Rick Spencerwalt, and Daniel Fold's going to be your top 10 drivers. In 11th through 20th, going to be Anthony Guadio, David Pullins, John Aletti, followed by Scott Finke, Eric Jones, Alex Rudolph, Cody Knott sporting the sponsor for this series in Pulse Poppers, David Tremblay, Mario Ercolani, and we do have Wesley Beck, I think, and Dustin Momberquet in 20th. All right, and
Charles, yep. I'm going to let you take care of post-race, buddy. I have an emergency. I need to make a phone call. There's something going on at home. I need to make a phone call, so I need to take care of that right now. Of course, I'm not at home. I'm in Charlotte, but if you can take care of the post-race interviews, that will be great. And thank you, everybody, for watching, listening. I'll be back for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series unless something needs to change. And Charles, always fun working with you, buddy. Thank you so much.
You too, and you go take care of what you got to take care of. Kyle Meyer going to finish 21st, followed by Ryan Matthews, Brandon Campbell, Ryan Campbell, and Adam Murray Aiden Murray going to be in 25th. And we'll let Wesley do what he's got to do, and we'll get him up there so we can have a little bit of private space. And we'll be right back. We'll be talking to those top 3 drivers here in just a second. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the internet holds up at least till this race is over. As the emergency Wesley had to go take care of, he's going to go take care of that. We have two of our top three in here. We do, of course, have Alex McCollum and Parker Retzlaff with us. We'll be talking to them. We'll start with Parker, who finished in second place. Parker, again, we talked to you in the top three. No surprise there. You're always fast, but we watched that battle there for those last, nearly the entire race. What do you think you needed to do to get by Alex? Would it have come down to using the bumper to kind of give him a shot?
Yeah, I mean, with this set, it was so tight in the center that I couldn't even turn good enough on entry to just even hit him good enough to move him up the track. I would have had to fully junk him to even get him up a lane to get by him. So it was kind of just hope for a mistake out of him. But Alex is one of the best, and when it's me and him together, it's usually a really good race, and there's usually not a lot of mistakes that happen.
Yeah, mistakes are rare for anybody in this group. We talked about, a lot of the guys up here running the Sarah tag on their car for obviously running in that league. Does running in that league really give you, upper leg running over here an advantage, because it's so fierce over there, it's so fierce over here, so you know how to handle those situations?
Yeah, I mean, both this league and Sara are both really competitive, so you have to be on your game if you want to win and compete for wins in both of the leagues.
Well, definitely you had it here, just came up a little short, but you'll definitely be back next week. We know that for sure. And we know you got some sponsors on the car you need to thank as well.
Yeah, I have to thank, first of all, I got to thank Pulse Poppers for everything they do for the league and everything, and Tyler Payne. And then I got to thank Ponzi, Ecotrax, Iron Horse Loggers, Logload for Kids, and you guys for broadcasting this all, and my parents for all they do.
All right, well then, again, congrats on the second place, and it looks like we do have third place here real quick. Brett Suggs, you got a copy? And we might see Brett Suggs, you got a copy? All right, we'll put him back there. We'll give him a chance to get his stuff sorted out before we double back to him. But that'll bring us to our race winner here tonight, Alex McCollum. Alex, you had a fast car. This track definitely was a one-groove track. So you knew once you got the front, it was really just a matter of hanging on. Did you ever fear that maybe Parker or Brett or Ian, any of these guys behind you, would give you that shot in the shorts, give you the bumper and move you out of the way?
Yeah, this track's super one groove, so you have to play the race by time. But I ran a really good race. I didn't really make any mistakes, so Retzlaff couldn't really get under me. Setup was really tight, so I felt like I did a good job on my part. Wish the setup rotated more, because I'm not a really fan of these tight setups.
Now, definitely a type setup, not good. You don't want to be out there on a dump truck. You want a race car, not a dump truck. So it is unfortunate when the setup is not ideal. But you definitely did what you could with what you had out there. And you said it best. You didn't make any mistakes out on the track. Obviously, with the tight car, it could have been really easy to do so, but you kept it clean, kept the car clean. Everybody kept off it for most part. We did see one little good shot there at the end, and just wasn't quite enough. But you held off this field in a dominating fashion there, with a good battle between yourself and Parker. It's you got some sponsors on that car, possibly a thank, or anyone you want to give it a shout out to for the win here tonight.
Yeah, I want to thank 09 Motorsports for everything they do with the open stuff. Our stuff's been really good throughout the season, and I just want to thank McCall Manufacturing and you guys for broadcasting, ARL for putting the event on.
All right, well, again, congrats on the win here tonight, and we'll quickly double back here to Brett Suggs. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, man. You got me?
All right, we got you now, so we'll talk to you here for that third place finish. I'm not sure. Again, we cover a lot of events, so hopefully I'm not wrong here and make myself look bad, but is this your first race here in the series?
No, not my first race. I've ran every race with the American iRacing League, but first podium for sure.
Well, definitely. Now we got to go back and I got to make sure I pay attention more. But you get the podium here tonight, and to be battling up here with some of these guys like Retzlaff, McCollum, it's got to be a challenge to get by. As we see that, and we are looking at there about a 5,500 I rating yourself. So definitely you get around and you got some good I rating here, proving you're a good driver. But what do you think you need to do to get by Parker or Alex here with the one groove track that we had?
Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a lot of respect for these guys running up front. I mean, I'm trying to get better and better each week. We've been knocking on the back bumper of a podium. I think we have a couple top fives, just a couple races in. But man, I think if I could have gotten around Trayton a little bit sooner, we would have had something, maybe not to win, but at least be there, right there with Parker on the back bumper of McCollum there. But overall a good race after kind of butchering my qualifying lap. And I think now going on to next week, we're showing that we have the speed to run within the top 3. So hopefully we'll have another good one next week.
Definitely looking forward to seeing where you end up next week, and hopefully talking to you again. But one last question, and then we'll let you thank your sponsors before we sign off here. And that is One Groove Tracks with that bumper. If you had the chance to get up to Alex, do you think you might have given him that shot, and or did you just waiting for him to make a mistake, or would you have used that chrome horn a little bit and tried to move him out of the way?
I mean, I always try to run as clean as possible. Definitely, it's tough on a one groove track like Langley. I had to give Trayton just a little bit of a nudge, just enough to barely move him off the bottom, but nothing to spin him or anything. But I was really going hard for a podium to, try to get an interview, and glad we were able to join the team speak here. But I wouldn't have, I don't think I would have moved McCollum or Retzlaff. I would have been satisfied just hanging back for P3. Our time is coming. We've had some good finishes, like I mentioned. So if I break through with a win, just want to do it the right way and be as clean as possible.
Definitely a good way to do it. So we'll let you thank your sponsors, and if you don't have any, he just said he would race people clean, so maybe someone will come to you. But who are those sponsors on that car you need to thank?
Yeah, 100%. Shout out Pulse Poppers, first and foremost, big sponsor of the American iRacing League here. So huge shout out to them, as well as my IRL racing sponsors. We've got the Custom Matco, Lake Norman Power Cleaning. On iRacing here, we've got Ryco Performance. All the guys that work with me are BSRM Factory Team, and just everybody that puts this league on. Tyler Payne and Ryan Campbell for all the calls during the race. So, and as well as you guys, putting on these broadcasts. It's a lot of fun, joking when we go back and watch these races. So it's always a good time.
Well, definitely, it's a great time. We're glad to be back here with the AIRL. That being said, we would get Wesley's thoughts, but unfortunately, he had an emergency phone call he had to take care of. So we'll let him take care of that. Hopefully, we'll see him back here in about an hour and a half or so. Excuse me. That being said, we hope everybody has a great rest of your week, and we'll see you back here in, again, about an hour and a half for the Northwest Cup Series. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you at the next race.